He knows what time we go on. He knows what time we're going. So
You guys watching the
hopefully,
game?
so. Yo, what up? What up? What up? Smash that like button, like Glenn said. Is that Glenn? Yeah, Glenn said smash that like button. Jesse, you just landed. What's up, Papa?
Word, he just landed?
I'm glad you're home though.
In
Yeah,
Vegas
cause
or
he
in LA?
in LA, I
Oh,
think, cause
shit.
his flight was like at 4, I think.
Well, I'm glad he's home safe.
Yeah. What's going on, people?
Let me
What
open
up,
this chat.
Danny? Good evening. Hey, don't try to take my line, Danny. It's my line. Hey, Daisy. How's the trip, Daisy? How your parents like the trip?
Oh, yeah, welcome back, Jesse. He's at LAX.
Nice. Nice. Welcome
Dope.
home, baby. Welcome home. Cuba, muchachos. What up, bro? How?
Dog,
Oh.
my brother's texting me. He's sending me like the little Star Wars shits about he
Uh,
like has
uh,
theories and shit. That's
yeah.
just sick.
Shut up. I haven't seen it yet. I ain't even trying to hear this. I'm not trying to hear this. I'm trying to hear nothing. Look, hey, Rooney has a message for you on the chat.
Hey, Rooney, how are you, Daddy? I hope your night is going well. You're an amazing human being.
Can't wait for it.
I don't even want to go on Twitter, dog.
My boy Jose says, "What up, fellas? Can't wait for Slot to take Chivas head. Yeah, man. He's on them already. They're already shook, I'm sure.
Let's hope. Or
Cheyenne, I
should
don't
they?
know. Mr. Relevant should be here, but he's not. So we'll
You
hopefully.
guys
Oh,
don't see him?
He's here.
oh shit, he's
He's
here.
here.
Never mind. Never mind. Let me bring him in because I had it.
Relevant.
Yeah.
Mr. Irrelevant.
No, now it's relevant.
Yeah. Now it's
Nah,
relevant.
you're irrelevant, dog. Cause
Oh,
you didn't
you
even let
know,
me. You didn't
I
even
mean,
let me tie your 7 losses in a row record. You let me
What
get a
up,
win
Betty?
this weekend in fantasy. You a piece of shit.
wait, that what?
You didn't
You
let
let
him
me
get
get a win
7.
in fantasy. You
Yeah.
didn't let me tie
Oh,
your
yeah.
7
Oh,
losses.
you're my homie. I can't let you take fat ass L's like that.
Oh, come on, dog.
So I had to take that L for you.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
All right.
I fuck with my man Danny dog. He has all our fucking taglines. He had
Do you
peace,
like
love, G's
spice?
up. Do you like spicy? Because I'm saucy. Yeah, good evening.
Well, it's kind of wrong though. It's not do you like spices? It's do you like salsa?
Because I'm saucy.
Mm-hmm.
Relax. It's a valiant effort. I'll give credit where credit's due.
All right. I'll be back in 13 minutes. I'm gonna go back to sleep because I've been napping.
Have you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey,
the boring
sorry,
guy.
Anna.
I've
Sorry, Anna.
been asleep like legit. I've been asleep for like the last hour. Fell asleep watching that sorry ass football game.
Oh, it's an ass whooping.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the ass
So
whooping.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right, for sure. No, so I got home and I wasn't turnt, but I was a little turnt. So I was like, oh, you know what I should do? I should smoke a bowl.
Right
Right?
now?
No.
Or
So yesterday when I got home, like at midnight,
You guys want to see me sleep? I'll be right here.
I don't. It's okay. I don't think we need to do that. I heard that was doing Irish car bombs with Jesse. This would really. What kind of shit is this? Oh, I'm going back to the cover. I'm not having Angel here though. It's kind of fucking Blair Witch Project shit is this though. Uh,
That's cool, dog. Let some fucking fat ass ghost pick that fool off the fucking sofa. I would want to see that shit. Que se le salga el demonio, dog.
right?
Por Malia, dog. Hell yeah.
Hey Eddie, what the fuck do you mean? Good morning, dog. Like your time is all messed up. What you doing?
hey,
Uh,
Anna, recipe R2D2.
chill, chill. Dog, don't even start that shit. You gotta you got people real mad real quick. Oh, so I was telling you right. Like, so I got back from doing the show with the Knack Boys. I got home and I was a little turnt, not too turnt, and I decided that smoking a bowl was the right good idea.
It
So,
sounds good.
so I smoked a bowl, right? And I figured I smoked the bowl and I'm gonna go to sleep. But me smoking a bowl made me want to talk. So tell me why me and Anna were talking until about 3:30 in the morning. Just talking though.
That sounds about
Just
right.
just talking.
Dog,
And I was
Anna's
like,
the keeper. Anna's the keeper. If she wouldn't talk to your stupid ass until 3 in the morning,
You know what I mean?
would have been like, sleep.
dog,
That's funny.
dog. Today was fucking horrible at work because I mean I was a little hungover, but I was just sleep deprived. I was so fucking tired. I even took a nap in my car like for lunchtime. Dog, took a quick 15 minutes. Hi Evelyn.
Hey, you know what? My job, thank the Lord, I have Mondays off. Like, that shit's a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Dog, Mondays off is top notch.
Yeah.
Those are the best
Yeah.
convos. Glenn says those are the best convos, Rudy.
Yeah, for sure. I can't remember what the fuck we're talking about, but it was good. Uh, oh man, this was amazing though. Can't think of catchphrase of George. Damn, George. Look, Danny. See, Danny's my favorite, but you might have a little problem with this, right? When he says you can't think of catchphrase for you, and then you don't
Hey,
even spell your name right. Yo,
damn, that's fucked up.
Danny.
Stacy texts me because she's listening to the podcast downstairs. She says you're not a keeper then, because me put me in bed. I'm asleep, dog. 2 minutes in,
Yeah, you can't
that's
talk.
it. It's a wrap, dog. Yeah, that's it. My
Uh,
bad.
Maddie, what is it? Meditate, Matt. Nah, go. I think we are sitting in the same place. I'm not sure. Angel is dead. Angel is dead. He's possessed. What up, Tony? What
Hey,
it do,
Cheyenne, congrats.
baby? Who's going to game Thursday? I'm hoping to go to the game on Thursday.
We are, Laura, I
Game
think.
Thursday.
Hey, Glenn, wait for it. Punch in
What
the
up,
mouth.
Chewy?
Ow.
Punch him in the mouth. Yeah, even that boy's quoted you yesterday.
I appreciate that. Madam Serrano, my man. Hell yeah. Philip Rivera, Monday's off. I'm off from 11 a.m. Monday to 11 p. Damn, that's nice. He's off all week.
Yeah, what the fuck? When?
Hey,
I guess
Philip,
he
what's
worked
up,
the
dog?
weekend? Because he worked the weekends.
Yeah.
Damn,
hired?
Adrian trying to. Adrian out here adding everybody, dog. You're not retiring. Shut the fuck up, Jesse. You're not retiring. Wait until we find out where we're going next, and you guys are gonna be the first one buying your ticket to go to fucking the next away game. Stop playing. Making people's parents do fucking Irish car bombs and shit. I thought he just watched that ended. Nah, psych as fuck. He's a liar. All men are liars. Oh wait, we're not doing that.
Hey,
Oh,
I was
oh,
rocking
yeah.
official Jorge shades yesterday.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't got shades here right now. Damn it.
No, it's a good thing. No, it's a good thing.
No, hey, real shit. We went out for my mom's birthday. I drank a little, and then every time that I go out with my brother, or I'm at my mom's house, my brother's like, "Hey, you want to drink a Coke?" Nonchalant as fuck. And then I end up being on my fourth one, but like,
Drunk
oh.
as fuck.
And I look at Stacy, be like, "Hey, you driving, babe?"
Ask Angel about Prince music so you can wake up. Accurate. What up, everybody? What up, Roberto? Angel really dead. I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Eesh.
Oh shit. Damn. Okay.
I can't do it, though.
36 hours in 3 days. Yo, that's some balls.
I can't do it, though. When I work a full 6 hours, I get upset. You know what I mean? But actually
Yo,
made me
you
work for
sound-
6 hours.
Hey, you sound first world as a motherfucker right now, dog. You better chill out.
Yo, when they make me work 6 hours, when they make me work full 6 hours, though, the fuck, I'm mad as fuck. Like, what y'all doing? What kind of slave you think I am? We're gonna win MLS Cup, and G2 gonna win USL. I doubt. Listen, G2, bro. I don't know about them.
Oh shit.
I'm about to Elliot beat up Angel. Accurate. Junior over Tuna for LAFC. We'll save that. We'll save that for the questions.
We got plenty of questions about that, and
Do we?
we have. So I looked through all the questions. There's one big question that that everyone's asking. So we're good through
We'll
that.
get to it for sure.
Yeah. It's gonna be a long ass podcast, huh?
It is because we gotta talk about
Prep people. Yeah, let people know.
preview. We gotta talk about the preview, or we gotta talk about the recap of a Minnesota game, and then we're gonna go into the preview for LAFC since we're not gonna get time to release the tailgate episode. We're just gonna squeeze them all into one. We all dead as fuck today. A bad Daisy. That was the 86 hours is half a day for me. Yeah, bro, I can't see you, man. Yeah,
Yeah, me
can't
too,
do.
like-
I can't do this shit. The 6 hours is what I work. I mean, I'm in the office for 8, but I'm only working 6 max. Max. I mean, max. When I get 4, it's like, all right, cool, we're good. Also, I got my anybody from work ever listens to my shit, I'm gonna get fired.
Accurate as well. Hey, real shit. The days after
It
that I
don't
call
matter,
off.
you
hold
already-
on, no. Hey, the days after that I call off when I'm drunk as fuck on the pod. I might have called off twice on Tuesday. I walk into my meetings on Wednesday like, y'all niggas know, huh? Y'all heard that shit. Y'all
Yeah,
motherfuckers heard my podcast.
Yahoo, George?
Butter niggas.
Butter. I'm here for 1 hour.
Angel really died, dog.
Yeah, dog.
Hey, how's Minnesota, Angel? Talk to me, baby. I want to hear your voice. Just
Interesting.
don't sing to me though.
Dog, stop. You know he's gonna start. As soon, I'm sure he's gonna start the show with some Prince songs.
I just want to know how
Hi,
Minnesota
Adrian.
was. Is it worth visiting again? That's what I want to know. Yes. All right. That's what I want to know.
Hi, Adrian.
Hi, baby. Hi, dead Angel.
Hi, everybody.
Angel, how the fuck are you replying to something and not even moving? I seen.
He gave the
Oh,
thumbs
his
up.
phone. Okay. No, he's replying something on the other on another thread. And I was like, what the fuck? I didn't see this move. Hi, Dead Angel. I like this one. I'm gonna put this one up. Hi, Dead Angel. Oh, he dead.
You gotta share your screen with us.
Oh, I haven't done that.
Yeah. Y'all ready for another away trip in Cali?
I'm not even a waitress though.
Hey, Cheyenne, I heard that. I was reading a lot about that shit on Twitter. I'm sure we'll get to it, but from the looks of it, like everyone was top notch in Minnesota, as far as the fan base and all that.
That's tight.
It sounds like RSL all over again, as far as the fan base.
Cause I don't know how nice I'll be if I would take an L at home for playoffs. Probably be a
Accurate.
dick. I'll probably be a dick, to be honest.
Fuck it. Hi guys.
Hola, Angelito. And you guys notice the LAFC Billboard 91? I haven't seen it.
A couple. There's one on the
Right.
110. I seen one with Angel City Brewery. They're like, oh, this is LA or some shit like that. But that was a long time ago.
Oh, I heard yeah, Angel, you lost your phone and you got it back?
Oh man.
Is it a story?
So, it turns out, long story short, turns out I did leave it inside the Uber, and I went all Sunday without my phone, just like, damn, what the fuck happened with the phone? What the fuck happened with the phone? It wasn't in the room, so the only other option, based on what was it? I think it was Manuel that may have mentioned that it had to be in the Uber. That's the only option because he was 100% sure that I had my phone with me. Yeah. So the fucker, shout out to Evelyn. She was on that shit top notch. I guess she messaged Uber multiple times because oh boy was never responding. So at one point we just had a bunch of theories. Like, is this guy a fucking, like is he
Shady?
at work? Like he's shady, maleante,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
that guy. We went from, man, fuck you, dumb piece of shit to, damn, I hope he's all right. Like, just all different type of theories and scenarios that just came to my mind because he wasn't responding, and a whole bunch of shit around there. But point is, eventually, Eve gets a message from Uber saying that our Uber driver does have our belongings. Doesn't mean it's the phone, but for sure had some belongings. So we left there. We left him my work phone number because I always take my work phone with me anywhere just in case. But I left it there. I put it in as a contact number. So fucker calls me around halftime. Like, talk about timing. Halftime. It's like, hey, I'm your Uber driver. I have your phone. It's like, where are you guys at? It's like, yes. So, I told him where we're gonna be. I told him we were at the Minnesota game. He's like, oh, all right. Well, if anything, I'll meet you guys up after the game. So, okay, cool. So I told him we were gonna go after the game. He stopped by, invited him over. I told him I was gonna get him shots, and I was getting fucked up. It's like, nah, he's
He's
like,
working.
nah, I gotta go. Yeah, it's working. So he stopped by to drop off my phone, and legit top notch. He fucking had it fully charged. So I'm pretty sure he put it to charge because it was dead as fuck. It was dead as fuck earlier in the day when I tried calling it and everything.
Did you have dick pics in there? Did he take dick pics?
No, I was hoping he did.
I would have.
But
I
he
would have
didn't.
definitely done it. I would have just.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
That
was
was
hoping
it.
some funny shit, right? But yeah, man. Damn. I ended up getting my phone back. He came to drop it off after the game. So
The only reason I know because in one of the stories somebody says he found his phone. He found his phone. And I was like, oh, because he just found his phone.
well, why do you think I was so quiet on
social media?
Instagram?
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's an away game. You swear? I'm all over that shit. So
What is
that's
it?
why I got my phone back. Guess who was back on Instagram?
You might have been quiet on your social media, on your profiles, but you weren't quiet though. I seen butt naked angel, or not butt naked angel, shirtless angel like
I mean,
90% of the time.
everywhere. Yeah, that's fair.
I definitely want
That's
to hear about
fair.
this trip and when we start the show. But it looked like it was fun.
Yeah, man. It was muscle because you asked if I'd go there again. Yeah, I would. Hell
How's
yeah.
the stadium, Doug? Like
Second
just seeing it from
favorite
pictures,
stadium.
it looks dope. Like it looks nice as shit.
It's my second favorite stadium.
Red Bull's still number one.
Red Bull Arena is still number
Okay.
one. Just because Red Bull Arena is completely enclosed and it's about the game, they still have their brew hall bullshit, so it kind of takes away from being focused on the game. But that's a personal thing.
It looks dope though. I mean, that's one of the stadiums we wanted to hit this year, but they had a stupid ass midweek game for that. All right, boys, let's get
Yeah, we
into
can talk
this.
about it a little bit more in a bit.
Let's get into this run. Yo, what up? And welcome to another episode of Straight from the Stands, an unapologetic, unofficial LA Galaxy podcast, hosted by 4 Mile supporters who bring you their thoughts and views on everything related to LA Galaxy, straight from the stands. I am your co-host Smarts, alongside the always angry Angel, his counterpart level-headed George, and the man with the facts, Masa. This is Straight from the Stands. Good evening. How you doing, fellas?
What up? What up? What up? Hey, mama. She's watching right now with my brother. I love you. Happy birthday, mom.
Feliz
son made
cumpleaños.
it.
Birthday.
I told you. I made it.
I'm
It's on
famous,
Telemundo.
mama.
Hey, dog, put a Telemundo
But-
thing on.
Wow.
So she thinks that we're on Telemundo.
I don't even remember this picture.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. How you doing, Masa?
Oh
I feel
man.
great. I feel
Yeah?
amazing. I mean, kind of tired, but all good.
We had a good weekend league, I heard.
I had an okay weekend league. Okay weekend league.
Well, 17 wins is decent. Was gold one, right?
Goal
Hey,
2.
Masa,
Gold
that's
two.
16 wins more than I've ever had. So
Angel. Angel.
Yo,
Angel.
what up?
How
¿Qué
are you?
pasó?
How are
Huh?
you? How are you, sir?
I'm on legit, so I didn't sleep at all last night. At all. Like yesterday. After the game, we went to a bar. Shout out to the FO for the drinks. There was no point because we had a 6 a.m. flight, and with my experiences over the last
Mhm.
few away games, and fucking around with trying to get on these flights, I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to play around right now. I need to be at work, 9:30 on the dot type of
So you
shit,
didn't,
right?
you didn't want to be
I'm on this-
Jesse?
You
I
beat
don't-
me to it. You
right.
beat me to
I don't-
it.
Point is, I don't want to miss shit. I'm like, you know what? I just stayed up, so I didn't sleep at all until we left to the airport. We got to the airport, and I fell asleep on our 3-hour flight back, or 3.5 hours, whatever it was. So that's all I really slept when it comes to from when I woke up yesterday for the game till we left. However,
Did you work today?
let's all take a I did. Let's all take a moment and think about our good friend Jesse that we lost.
Talk to me about this.
We lost it. We lost a good soldier out there. Bro,
Talk to me about this.
we spent Chris, myself, and Hugo spent at least an hour trying to wake his ass up. Like,
Not
yo,
responding?
we gotta go. He even went to go shower. He was the first one to shower, or the second one. Goes down there and purposely goes to lay down on the couch so that we won't leave him. Right? We're trying to wake him up for like an hour. Like, Jesse, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. So at one point, I'm like, man, all right, fuck this shit. I said, Chris, you're the one that hasn't really, bugged him. Go ask him, are you going or are you staying? That's it. Chris asked him, Jesse, all right, we're leaving. Are you leaving with us or are you staying? No, I'm going to stay, dog. I'm going to stay. All right, boom, vámonos. Left. We just left Jesse at the Airbnb. Nos fuimos a la verga. And he just landed at LAX about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Because he had to catch a flight. Yeah, he had to catch a flight that took him to Vegas, and then from Vegas back to LA.
Man, interesting, man. Fucking Jesse.
And I don't feel a piece of shit for that because we tried to wake his ass up forever. Forever.
Forever.
Rest in peace, Jesse.
All right,
And
man.
you know
That's-
what's crazy? Sorry, I can't recall when was the last time that I was more sober than Jesse was. Oh, anyway, usually I'm dead.
yeah.
And yesterday, like, we were drinking and everything, but I survived the entire night, like, everything coherent, whatever. Jesse died yesterday. So it was cool to be on the other side, watching the people die, not being the one dying.
Not being dying. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Well, I'm glad you made it back in time for the show, and you're somewhat awake. Maybe not 100%, but I'm glad you're somewhat awake. Can't wait to hear about your trip to Minnesota and all your Prince references. I seen you wearing the chain. I seen you wearing that
$200
bling.
chain. $200 chain. Yeah.
I see you
We'll talk
wearing
about this $200 chain in a bit.
All right. With that being
Bling,
said,
bling.
let's kick off the show. But before we do that, everybody on the chat right now, we have what? We have 82 people in the chat and only have 21 likes. Do me a favor and hit that
Come
like
on,
button real
y'all.
quick.
What the fuck?
Smash that like button one time for me. And if you listen to the audio, man, hit us with a 5-star review. You know what I mean? Give us 5 stars. Don't be like Mingo. Nobody likes Mingo. Give us 5
Did he
stars.
finally give us at least 2?
No,
he switched. Oh, what a piece of shit.
He's still the only one that has ever given us 1 star. So everybody in
Hey,
audio,
real shit. I have the D up. I have the D up. Fucking the jerseys. That shit's hung in my fucking closet too. I'll give it to him if he wants 5 stars. Bingo, back us up.
Man, that's
Everybody,
funny.
everybody else who hasn't, hit us up with a rating. You want to leave a review? That'd be dope. If not, just the rating, appreciate it. With that being said, let's talk about this. Right, we had an away playoff game to Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
I think Angel, you called the L, right?
Yeah, I started
predicted
taking fat ass L.
You predicted L.
4 goals,
Listen,
David Bingham.
I think everybody else here predicted a win. Let's. Where do you want me to go with this? Where do you want me to go with this?
No, just finish that. Just finish that.
We all predicted a win. George, did you get the hit in the money? Did you hit the 2-1?
Me?
Is that what you did?
Me? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't think you remembered that. But yeah, it was me. I didn't think you were gonna remember. Yeah.
Oh man,
That's memory.
Yo,
Hey, fuck Germs though. Shout out to Germs.
yeah.
That motherfucker is a brujo.
You almost called it. You almost called it right to the fucking to the T with the minutes.
why?
Because we got to the stadium and we're chilling. Not at the viewing party, but just on the side, kind of where the Galaxy used to hang out by the benches in the middle.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there drinking, and Jeremy calls 2-0 win, and he says they'll score in the 75th and in the 85th minute. And that fool almost got it. Like he almost got it to the T, and I was like,
But story to that. So a little backstory. We weren't that close to the screen. So when they scored,
yeah.
he's like, "See, I told you, 75th." And I kind of squinted. And I was like, "Damn, this motherfucker's right. He right at 75th." But we actually scored in the 72nd, 77th. He sold it really well. So when the 75th happened, I thought he had it.
Yeah, he thought he
Damn.
But let's talk about this, right? Me and George, we saw it at the stadium. Which shout out to FO. That's a nice event. That was a really nice event. I enjoyed it.
I saw the pictures and videos. Man,
Yeah.
listen, nothing's gonna top beating there.
Yeah.
Right, nothing's gonna top beating there. But just seeing that, what they're starting to create there and that culture, because this is what third time they do it there
Second
at Legends Plaza.
Yeah.
Last turnout was dope, but this, holy crap,
Yeah.
man, I was, and I was just there. All the viewing parties, at least the majority that I was able to obtain pictures from. Did you guys see Vegas?
Yeah.
Vegas.
Vegas had a turnout.
Vegas had a massive turnout.
Yeah. Vegas had
You
a
know,
turnout.
San Diego, everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
at least from the places that I received images from, on point.
Yeah,
Shout
man.
out to the Galaxy fan base for coming out. This
I'll,
is how it should always be.
I'll say this though, right? Like being at the stadium with everybody there before we scored the goal, man, there was such a nervous.
Yeah.
Just a nervous energy around everybody, and then when we scored, that was like euphoria. Everybody just kind of went, but because you're talking about you're there with hundreds of people watching the game. We all just kind of.
Are we getting
released
into
at
the
that
goal
point.
though?
No. I want to talk about the
it was
experience.
hard. Back to it. It was hard for us to see, so
Yeah.
I couldn't react to the goal. We couldn't react to the goal until we saw Seva run off,
Yeah.
and even then, I didn't know who was running off. And then I celebrated the goal personally when I saw him run, celebrating the goal because I couldn't see shit.
Not only that, but the transmission was weird as fuck. Because I don't even think the transmission guy knew that they scored, right? Because he kind of just like, kind of just stopped, and the fucking crowd went dead. So like, there was no reaction to it. It was just like,
Well, you know why, right?
Watched it in English, right?
yeah, we listened
In English?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, in English.
That's
You know what
why?
I think it
in
was?
Spanish.
Because from my perspective, right in the stands up there,
Uh-huh.
we were watching, obviously, one of the games I do remember vividly because I was not drunk this time. Well, at least not yet. Because you know how Zlatan winds up? He
Yeah.
winds up to take the shot. Everyone's like, oh, shit. It's like, well, what's going to happen? It's just the mentality. And he takes the shot. Like, Zlatan got the shot off.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, it bounces off of the defender or whatever happened, and
Yeah.
they quedó ahí perfect for Leggett to go and do his thing. So I think that's probably a lot of what happened, just the build-up and the wind-up, because who was it? Was it Antun? No, who, I don't remember who put in the low-driven cross, but that was a good low-driven, way to cross.
Mhm.
It looked dangerous. So just the build-up, like, oh, shit, and you felt that tension inside the stadium, like, oh, crap, what's going to happen right now? What's going to happen right now? What's going to happen right now? And, yeah. Yep.
So yeah, me and George, we saw the stadium. Masa, you ended up seeing it at home. Just kind of.
Yeah, dog. I can't be around people when I'm watching
Accurate.
games like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That shit.
No?
I'm too anxious. I get angry. I might turn around and sock somebody. Like I can't. I can't watch games like that around people. To be honest, I'd rather
Oh,
watch that
shit.
shit alone,
Yeah.
quiet in my own home. I don't want no one telling me shit. I
That's
don't
it.
want to hear anyone. Like I can't do it. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and George were talking about that. How it's hard to concentrate in the game at the at a viewing party like that because you know what I mean, like everybody just fucking nervous, so everybody just needs to everybody's just chatting.
Some
just to get
people,
someone
some
nervous.
people handle their nervousness in a different way. Me,
Yeah.
I like to be
Yeah.
by myself, pace back. There's other people that like to talk, so the people were talking to me at the same time. I mean, no disrespect to them, and it's like, yo, like let me watch this game
Yeah.
or let me be in my and so I get it. Like everyone's anxious, everyone's nervous, and they handle that shit in a different way. But I love being with the crowd, dog. When we scored that fucking goal, it was fucking insane. But moving forward, if there's ever a big game that I can't attend, I'll be by myself.
You're by yourself. All right. So let's talk about this.
That's accurate.
let's talk about this lineup. Let's talk about this game, and then Angel, I kind of want to before we move on to.
Let's talk about this lineup, Rudy.
Yeah, before we talk about after we talk about this game, I want to hear about the Minnesota trip from me, just perspective. But let's kick off with the lineup. Of course, it's Big Bingham in the back. And here's the shit. We start with 3 legit center backs, and Romney, you want to call him center back, you could do that. That's 4 center backs. It's Romney on the left, Polenta, Esteves down the middle, and people on the right. Surprising, and I'll come back
I
to
think
that.
everyone was shocked.
I'll come back to that right now. Then we had Dos Santos, Kitchen, Leggett playing cam, Pavon, Antuna wide, and Zlatan up top. Nobody's surprised about that. Here, let's talk
Oh,
about
you
this
guys were
lineup.
surprised about Kitchen?
No. I'm
Nah,
talking about the top.
well,
I'm talking about the top.
On Friday,
on
So,
Friday we
yeah.
saw it.
practice, it's exactly
Oh,
the
okay.
lineup
Yeah.
that we saw.
All right.
saw
Yeah,
it.
I hadn't seen the lineup, so I didn't
I
know
was
that.
surprised. I was surprised at practice, but when I saw it come
It
to
just makes sense.
fruition, like I was okay. So they are running what we saw at
We saw.
practice.
So that was what I was going to get to, right? We saw this on Friday, and to be quite honest with you, on Friday I was a little nervous from what I saw. All right,
Fuck
Pe-
yeah.
people that was not getting what GPS wanted out of him out wide. It just the whole practice it didn't look good for the starting 11, and which we thought was the starting 11, and it turned out to be the starting 11. It just didn't look good at the practice, and that's the guys playing against Araujo and Pañez and.
If anything, I think the whole practice was just emphasized on switching the ball to that
Yeah.
side.
Yeah,
Honestly,
It-
that's from what I remember. That's all I remember. They were trying to emphasize on crossing from defender to midfield
the big
across the other
switches.
side.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
switches.
Crazy because we showed up to practice. And when I showed up, I was feeling really good. You know, like we're gonna beat Minnesota, not a problem. After watching the practice, I left the practice
little
like,
shook.
fuck. I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull this shit off.
Yeah,
Because that practice was rough. It was hard to watch, bro. Like
it was 100%.
it was hard
100%.
to watch. And then the practice ended. I was like, damn, that's it. I think I forgot who I told them. I'm like, damn, dog, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable anymore. Like, but fuck it. We
Yeah.
don't roll the dice. We're gonna go.
John was saying that. John was saying like if this is what we're looking like, it's not gonna be pretty. I mean, hindsight 2020, it worked out, right? And to be honest, Kitchen's role, to me at least, was a genius stroke by GBS, right?
Really?
Yeah, to me it was because
I don't think so.
All right, so and let's talk about this, right? I think
Yeah,
I think it was genius because of what it allowed Jonah to do, right?
Okay,
It
all right,
really
never mind.
it kind of not necessarily completely gave him freedom to not defend, but it gave him a lot more freedom to move, right? Because Kitchen, if you go back and see the game, at least I was watching some of the game right now, you don't see him veer off too wide at any point in the game. He was always sitting in front of the center backs, like he always sat in front of the center backs. You know what I mean?
To that, I completely agree with you 100%. But not to counter anything, but I think what should have been done, which is what I would have wanted to see GBS talk about, and you and I were talking about it, like this is where you end the play.
Oh yeah.
I think Kitchen should have been a little bit better with ending the plays earlier and taking the fouls.
I hear you. But listen,
But his role was perfectly done. To your point, Jonah had that freedom to move forward, and obviously we'll get to it. We saw what that came of, but I think with having Kitchen there needs to be a purpose more than Jonah moving forward, because all we're doing is supplementing the offense and not doing anything to defense, which I'm sure GBS had a plan to do, but it needs to be done because there was a lot of opportunities that came because that didn't happen.
Because there was no stoppage. There was no disruption of the play.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
you. So I have something else, but I think I want to save it until after we finish the game. But the idea
Cool.
of having four defenders who are not going to push up was interesting to me. And let's come back and talk about it. But let's get into the first half. This first half was not what I wanted to see. But it's
Was
not
rough.
something. But it wasn't something that I was super surprised about either, right? Because it's Minnesota at home, so you knew they're going to have a little extra oomph to them because they're at home. But this first half, man, there was a play early on where they crossed the ball from they had like an early cross and it beat everybody, and their striker just didn't get a foot to it.
Yeah.
You know
You know
why?
what I'm talking
'Cause
about?
that fool people fucking pushed up when he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
They
Caught
caught
him.
him off. They caught him off, and then I think after that, I think GBS let him have it. Like, yo, you can't be pushing up. It's not the game plan. Because they killed us on that play. That shit should have been a goal. That's
Right?
on their fuck up. Cause
The people one?
the one where
There's
the
early
striker
cross.
misses the ball in front of like a low driven cross.
You
into
know
the
what's crazy
box.
about that? You know what's crazy about that? That was the same exact play that they were practicing in the practice. Like that, like to the T, where Pontius and Araujo were beating us. It was to the T exactly what they were practicing.
Yeah. No, 100%. But again, right? I think that it was just a bad play. And like Mazza said, Minnesota missed that opportunity. Because that should have been Minnesota 1-0. And that was early on. I don't remember, again, right? George was talking about it.
It was like
couldn't see
15 minutes in or some shit like
Yeah,
that. I
we
remember
couldn't-
that shit.
we
'Cause I
couldn't
was
see
so
him-
fucking frustrated.
we couldn't see the minute the game was on, so I can't tell you exactly what time it was. But
I couldn't
we knew it
either
was early.
because the way that they're saying, I don't remember. I have no idea where they're. They had this old-fashioned clock that
Oh, okay.
has it's all white except for one gray area. But 45 minutes is all white. So I mean, you have to really stare at it. But at that, when you're into the game and doing what we're doing,
You're not looking at that.
I had no idea. Like the first half, we were like, just end already, just end already. That's how we felt. We need.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, agree, 100%.
Yeah, and again, right? I think Galaxy created some chances. I know Antuna had a chance where the defender made up the ground well enough and slid on Antuna while he was trying to take a shot. But I said it yesterday at the with the neck boys. I feel like Minnesota had the better chances and the better looks in the first half.
Oh yeah,
You know what
no
I mean?
doubt.
I
No
think
doubt.
they were better at capitalizing every time we had a misplaced pass or lost the ball in a bad situation. They were better at showing something because of that, right? Like they'll attack us in a certain way because of that. And I was nervous when the whole first half. I was nervous, and when he came out the first half, I was not feeling myself, right? It's funny because I came last week when I said it was 1-0. The whole week I was comfortable. I was pretty sure that was going to be the case. And then the day of game, I was super fucking nervous. You know what I mean? First half didn't help that at all. I got, I was still fucking crazy nervous. Just, it didn't feel right. It didn't sit well with me the first half. Nothing that stood out 100%. Nothing that I felt was going to get out of hand. But it wasn't comfortable for us at all. What are you guys' thoughts on first half?
I
That
think we
shit
got
was
lucky.
Yeah. I think we got lucky. That shit was frustrating. That shit was terrible. First half, at least
Accurate.
offensively.
Accurate.
Defensively, we did okay. We got lucky, but
Wait, defensive,
I think
we
like
did okay?
two. Yeah, we did okay. They had like maybe 3 chances, but everything else was like we managed to take care of business. If it wasn't for that one or two, I think fuck ups that we had, I think regardless of that, we did decent. It wasn't like great. It was just an ugly first half,
It was.
and we got lucky at times. But other than that, it was a sloppy game from both sides. Even though they had a little more control of the game, possession wise, it was even. It wasn't nothing like. It was just an ugly game. Like both teams didn't want to concede.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but you know what the problem was, at least for me, it just gave me flashbacks of a lot of games that we had where it could have gone either side, and we always end up in the wrong side of that, right? And
Yeah.
and that's what I was fearing with this game, because I could see it happening. I could see we create one or two more chances that we don't put away, and then we collapse. That was my fear. Like as I'm watching the game, is that we're not making enough chances nor capitalizing on the little chances we have, that at one point they get a breakaway and they score on us, and we'll collapse. And that was what I was.
I
That
don't
was what I
feel
was fearing.
I don't feel comfortable with from the looks of it. The first half was let our defense withhold the pressure, and then we'll do something about it later. I don't feel comfortable with that tactic, especially if our defense is the biggest flaw that we have in this team. I understand that you have a lot of you put four in the back that are going to stay in the back, but our team still ball watches, regardless of the thing, regardless of anything that you do, is not going to change the way that this back line works. This team still ball watches. This team still does not understand there's a player moving behind you, and I don't think there's enough communication in that four back line to fix that.
To figure that out. Yeah,
But
listen.
to be fair, that is true. Like we're vulnerable to runners beating
off the ball
us
running.
off the ball running, right?
Yep.
But this game, how many
We talked
times
about
did
that.
we see
Though.
that?
Yeah,
How many times did we see that in the first half?
not many.
Nope.
I didn't see that
The
because
two
we
goals
basically had.
the two goals that happened, the two opportunities were people that weren't followed.
Yeah, but even at that, I think the reaction time compared to
Yeah,
most of the games, like it
the
was a
fact
lot better
that-
this game.
The fact that we had people behind that didn't push up, we had that area covered.
Yep.
So it's not like we were defending with 5 players because Perry Kitchen did not push up at all.
At all. Nope. He said
And, and then that even the one where they missed, even though people did push up, I'm telling you, I feel like that was like the only 1 or 2 plays that kind of fucked up was because he pushed up.
I don't
still
think he
had
pushed
4
up either.
people. Nah, he was out. He
pushed
was
to
out
the
of
center.
position.
He was to the center.
but
Yeah,
high though. But he was
out
high.
of position 100%.
He was high.
He was higher than what he
was
than
high.
what
Perry
he.
Kitchen should have been. He was
Yeah.
where Perry
So,
Kitchen
but-
should have been.
At that point, we still had 4. We had three defenders and Perry Kitchen covering the center. So I never felt like they beat our backs
No,
this whole
and,
game. I think.
and especially in that play, got to give credit to that cross too, because that cross was money, right? That cross was money. It was right in front of the defenders with pace, right across the goal where like Bingham can't really do much. Like, you know what I mean? Like he comes out, try to cover some, but that's as much as he can do, right? And it was really up to the forward to put a foot there and redirect it towards goal. So as much as the defense had some slip ups there, that's also a good play, right? And I mean, it's soccer, it's football. Like you work to get those chances, and they worked and they got created chances, right? So like we can't be too harsh on them for that one. At least in my opinion, I think it was a good play, and we got lucky.
Well, that's key to me because they worked for that, right? It's not like it was a fuck up ass
Yep.
play or something stupid, and that's important. That's a very important key thing to take away from this game. We're talking about a professional team that made it to playoffs, who's hosting.
Higher seeded.
They're doing something right.
Yeah.
So if we are going into this game expecting to go into a playoff game, a single elimination game, without seeing them have at least 1 or 2 chances, really good chances, you're insane.
We're being
how do you
hypercritical
react
at
to
that
that?
point.
Yeah, it's how do you react to that? Is what do you do when that chance presents itself? How do you react?
Yep.
And they did all that stuff right. What they had to, at least in my opinion.
Yeah,
My
same. And again, I don't have much more to say about this first half other than it was a back and forth with a slight advantage to Minnesota in my opinion. I think Minnesota might have like just slight advantage, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. No drastic margins of difference in the first half between teams. What I will say in the first half, I was really surprised with that pitch. Right, because I'm almost 100% sure that the pitch was a lot worse the first time we went.
Oh yeah.
Than it was this game, including that they had just played a football game and all that.
When when they went the first time, I think it was new
grass,
so it hadn't like grabbed yet. Like, it was still fresh, so it was coming off. The second time around, it didn't look great, but I mean, I don't think it looked that bad.
Yeah.
It was a little slippery here and there, but I think it was just parts of the field that were a little bad, nothing too crazy.
Well, and that's what I'm saying, right? Because we all had the concern going into the game because we all knew about the game, the football game they were playing the day before. The weather was supposed to be as great as it was, but it turned out to be great. It didn't turn out to be bad. So listen, I'm glad that wasn't something that affected the game. It seemed like the pitch was decent enough to play. So that was good. But the first half ends 0-0. Again, I'm not feeling comfortable, but again, it's 0-0, right? So like, there's everything to play for in the second half. Yeah. Did
Talk
you
about the
guys?
second half.
You want to go for it?
What change did you see? What did I? Oh, we talked about it on the halftime show for the after showing for the stands. I honestly wanted to see Alessandrini come on
45th?
in the second half. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It is to me. That was I was hard pressed just because like it was 0-0, right? Like and if we bring in Lasarina in 45th minute and we go extra time, can he handle 45 plus 30, right? Can he handle
Yeah.
75 minutes? And I
He
thought
did
that was
70.
he did 70 minutes.
He did
Oh,
70
you're
in
talking about
the-
in the
Yeah.
scrimmage, right?
in the scrimmage against Tijuana.
Yeah. Again, right? Listen, and here's the thing. Like, it's still a little iffy because we heard about this scrimmage. We haven't seen him. We don't.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, it's a playoff game. Like to me, at least, there was a lot of variables there.
It's
That,
also a scrimmage. You know, you're not gonna be going all out. You know, you're not gonna be going for tackles. There's a lot of things that there's risk you're not gonna take
Yeah.
if you're having a scrimmage.
yeah, 100%.
Where it's way different.
It's
Way
playoff game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect any changes, at least not personnel wise. I thought maybe some like tactical changes in the half on the way they were approaching some things that I thought was gonna happen. But in my opinion, go for it.
And was it in the first half or was it in the beginning of the second half where both Pavone and Antuna switched sides?
Second half, yeah.
I
In the
think
second half.
they
Second half?
switched back the second half.
Okay, yeah, because I remember I caught that they did switch. Like I remember
Mhm.
seeing them run across and they tried to switch up sides to try and do something in terms of the attack. So
Yeah.
Did you guys- Did you guys notice that we were playing really compact?
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
because-
even our wingers were not playing as wide as they usually do.
Uh,
They were
and-
playing
Well, what
closer
they pushed
to
them in.
Zlatan.
They were playing closer into Jonah. Who was in the middle.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
So-
no
so-
wide. Yeah.
So I want to talk about what GBS did in this game after we recap it, because I think GBS did a couple things that are really, in my opinion, really smart. But let's continue with this game and then we'll talk about that when we wrap this game up. So with that being said, like I thought there was gonna be some adjustments to the tactics, but the second half starts in a very similar way to the way it ended in the first half. Like in the first 10-15 minutes, I really didn't see a difference in anything, right? Like it was still the same sloppy, going back and forth game. I didn't see any difference in the first 15 minutes of the second half. And again, like that should still make me mad nervous because I'm like, nothing's changing, and I don't trust us to figure some shit out late in the game, right? Like if we don't figure some shit out quick, either in the first half or early in the second half, I always get like nervous because I'm not sure we can figure that shit out later inside the game. How'd you guys feel in the beginning of the second half, prior to the scoring goals?
I felt good just because we didn't concede a goal. So I thought it's an open slate. It's
Yeah, it
like a
works.
brand new game. Let's keep going. Honestly, that's really what I focused on. The fact that we didn't concede a goal, I think really helped us out.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I
I think
felt
that,
the same. I felt the same, to be honest. I was like, I was still nervous, but at that point, I was like, fuck, are we going to create? Or are we not going to create?
Mhm.
Like, what the fuck are we doing? And just nothing changed for me. So my feeling was the same. Like, I still had, like, not necessarily a good feeling, but I didn't have a bad feeling. Like, I never felt bad about the game. So I was, like, neutral, like, whatever, we'll see. We'll see where we go. And then knowing that we had Drini coming off the bench, I always figured, like, yo, that could be our X factor.
that could be a
So
spark.
it was a little hope always, like, we always had hope because we had something that we haven't had all season in the bench.
Let me ask a question that we talked about yesterday with the NAC boys. That I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I think Babon had a challenging game where he wasn't as dominant as he has been in every single one of his games prior to this one. I gave credit to Minnesota for that, saying that they I think they looked at him and really studied what he does and covered a lot of the spaces he likes to take, and it kind of made him frustrated, right? So I gave Minnesota a lot more credit than being critical against Pavon, because I still saw him try to do things. It just said Minnesota covered the areas a lot better than other teams have. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's
They knew to wait for him.
Mhm.
Like the backs, they knew when to press, they knew when to wait. They waited for him at the right times, and when he would try to go 1v1, he would ultimately lose out at the end. And I think that they made him so uncomfortable. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but he switched out cleats at half.
I didn't notice that.
Who did?
Yeah,
Pavon?
Bowen
Oh,
had like a highlighted green cleats, and then he walked out in the second half, I think with some white cleats. But he had switched cleats at half. I don't know if it was the field, if he was uncomfortable from the get-go, or if he started on the opposite side of what he has been starting this whole season. I don't know what it was,
Something.
but he looked uncomfortable. and I think Minnesota did not make it easy for him, and he even switched out his cleats. So I don't know what it was, but he didn't look like his usual self this past game.
Accurate. Angel, from the stands, did you notice that at all? Did you see Pavon? What's your take on Pavon's game?
I'll be honest with you. I wasn't really very specific to paying attention to what he was doing or just any player in general. It's we are on a mission for that game, so
I
it's a lot of this is going on for you guys saying. I mean, and how I remember things happening. Things got very vivid around the 70th minute for certain reasons, and it wasn't even the goal. It was when we saw that they called Drini over. Yeah. Like this, it says that we had scored a goal type of thing. Like just everyone's reaction was just, I can't even tell you how I feel. I mean, it's so much that goes on because how much did we talk about Drini, earlier in the year, right before his injury? Yeah. Remember that you and George were going back and forth as to, what was gonna be when was he gonna come back, blah blah blah, like all these bunch of things. Everyone seemed to have forgotten about that. Everyone, because at least in the stands, the moment that we see that they call him over, he goes to the bench, takes off his shirt, and they give him instructions. It's just
he's talking to GBS. Yeah.
Adrenaline, like everyone's adrenaline just kicked in. Like, I mean, well, we were already wilding, but again, we still had levels of I'm sure we all were nervous to some degree because 70 minutes in, 0-0, but then it just flows. It starts flowing through you again. And talk about timing, right?
Yeah.
Talk about timing.
Like I think the guys, Tom and the other guy were even talking about how for a second there they thought they were gonna hold that sub, right? Because
after the goal came,
exactly, they thought they were gonna hold that sub because they had just scored.
Fuck Taylor Twellman, by the way. My bad.
Fuck Taylor Twellman. No, I'm 100% with that.
Fuck Taylor Twellman.
I don't know, asshole. But so again, sorry, I kind of derailed us because I want to talk a little bit about Pavon because. I mean, fair to say is probably his least performant game, right? Like based on everything else he's done, like this game.
I was gonna get to that as well. It was underwhelming as fuck, but I'll take it any day, and we'll get to why. Yeah, I'll take this any day.
So as Angel was saying, close to in the 65th minute or something like that, you see Alessandrini get pulled from the warm-ups. And GBS starts talking to him, like they even pan the camera to him, so we see this like at the viewing party when everybody, like you were saying, like is that the build up, right? Like oh shit, he's coming in, it's gonna happen, whatever. He's gonna get some minutes, finally gonna see him, whatever. So we get that, and so everybody's already a little hyped, and then, bam, right? Like you see Pavon, like you mentioned, Pavon has like a nice low driven cross into Zlatan. Everybody expects Zlatan to do a lot better than what he did, right? And it's weird because
someone in the chat said it was people that when they put in the cross.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was Pavon.
I thought it was Pavon because what happened was Antuna and Pavon were on the same wing, and then Antuna comes down the middle. Valenta breaks. I forgot who was marking him. He breaks this fool's ankles, puts in a fucking dope ass cross over Zlatan, and the defender at that point, since he saw Zlatan and Antuna. In the center, he's not thinking like there's another winger behind him. Yep. He's thinking that Antuna is the winger and Pavon's wide open. And then he reacts to that, leaves Zlatan open. And then fucking shout out to Legit for following through on that fucking play. Zlatan takes a shot.
Dog, this whole time we've been saying this fucking people follow the play. Yep. My bad, Masa, but dog. No, it's all good. This is everything we've been saying. Finally, GBS listened to our podcast and he told him what the fuck to do.
That's accurate though. Yeah, that's accurate though. Because how many times we asked the fucking cam or the midfield to follow the play, make the second run?
What the fuck do you think I mean by punch him in the mouth? Follow Zlatan, then punch him in the mouth is what I'm trying to say.
But again, right? Like I expect Zlatan to put that on frame, and he doesn't. But then Legit comes in with like fucking white shining armor and slots that in, and it's so stupid because the transmission don't fucking when it's in English and they don't have the same passion as the Spanish narrators do, so you don't get the goal, right? Like. But you should get something.
And there are also some haters.
There are also some haters. Yeah,
real talk. In Spanish, there's more love for the Galaxy than in English.
Dog,
dog. Yeah, hell yeah, they
Spanish, watch NFL in Spanish. Off topic as fuck. The most exciting shit you ever seen in your life, dog. Respect.
They narrate like soccer or what?
Oh, the field goals that they miss.
Yeah. I gotta check
Oh,
out
sorry,
this weekend.
my bad, my bad, my
Yeah,
bad.
sorry. Back to that. Yeah, listen. Again, it's a surreal thing. It's almost delayed celebration. At least in the stadium, it was because, like, again, the narrator just doesn't really call it out. You don't really get a good shot of where the ball's at. Like, I didn't see the ball until like the third time I seen the replay, right? Because it just kind of slides there, and then you see everybody running away. So that's how I know they scored a goal because I never really saw the ball actually hit the back of the net. To be quite honest,
Accurate.
with you. Right? Like,
That's
you
when we all
can't see-
celebrated.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
But-
stupid at that point, right? Because
Hey, shout out
we
to my
obviously-
boy Bernie. Dog, when he
Yeah.
scored the goal, my man is at least like 2 or 3 times bigger than me. He grabbed me like a fucking rag doll and he just had me like this and he threw a fucking beer in the air and I'm like, oh, let me grab it. It's gonna hit somebody. Dog, he tossed me. But I'm saying we did not celebrate that goal until we saw
Yeah.
the jet run off.
yeah, so they were
We couldn't see
celebrating.
shit. Yeah.
Man.
How was the stats for that?
It's a bummer. Because
Is that shirts off?
Oh, no. Shirts off were a minute or two into the game. It's about everyone. Not everyone,
Yeah.
but at least a good portion. Like
No,
a
I seen
minute or two into the
Manny
game.
without a shirt. I seen Jesse
yeah.
without a shirt. No, like I seen
Listen, oh, that was all right. So
Oscar without a shirt?
a lot more did definitely come off that moment, right? But we were obviously watching the game, and we're obviously you guys are too. I'm saying we're in the stadium, so
yeah.
everything is there. You know, we don't have to rely on any cameras for that stuff. And everyone, listen, not just us, the same Minnesota fans. I'm sure they also had the same type of nervousness, and they probably had it even more because they're
Yeah.
home,
Yeah,
right?
it's-
We're talking
it's-
about they packed the
and
fucking
it's
stadium.
playoffs for them.
Everything around it, right? So we see, like, obviously I remember this seeing a switch to ball, you know, all the way to the opposite end, the low driven cross, Zlatan winding up, everyone's like, oh shit, misses. And they know what it kind of brought me back a little tiny memory of and remind me Donovan in the World Cup when he
Yeah,
scores
yeah.
that one goal.
When
It
he
was that type of,
runs
you
up and
know,
back from
and
behind.
everyone's just and then but you know, fucking legit. And then you see him run off and then he slides off to his team and everyone just goes wild, like in the stands. Man, water thrown everywhere, shirts are off, like it's
Oh,
just
I heard about this. Water,
fucking desmadre, like desmadre, like it was desmadre, and then fiesta, esta
Esta
noche,
noche
fiesta.
fiesta.
No, just, oh man, like everyone just woo.
Let me ask you, was that near or far side to you guys?
That was on the other end,
It was
like
far
far.
side?
It was far
Yeah,
side, yeah,
okay.
it was far side. But we had a good angle of everything, so it's
Yeah.
not like we. And then obviously I'm on top of the chair of the like I'm a small person. I'm a small person. I need to listen. I need to be. You know, I need to. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, wilding. It's fiesta, and then, man, we're already going nuts. Like how. It reminds me a little bit of the LAFC game earlier this year. Remember we talked about, you know, you're already on a high, right, from the goal,
Yeah.
and then another goal right away. Like,
Well,
What?
Before you even get to goal,
You know-
before you get to goal, right? Because something really important happened to us before the goal happens, the second goal at least.
well, that's what I'm telling you. So
Okay, so I thought. I'm sorry, I thought you were going to a goal. Yeah.
no, and that's what I'm telling you. That's what it felt like.
Oh, okay.
Because
Oh,
we're
okay.
we're already on this high. I'm
Sorry,
telling you, it
sorry.
reminds me of we're already on this high, celebrating, going nuts. I mean, there's only like 15 minutes left, 20 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
We're looking fine, and then you have Roman Alessandrini, Le Garçon. The garçon gets up, walks over, and
Yeah,
look,
man.
already as it is, the team is wilding from that goal. You know, he walks over and everyone's just looking at each other like it's time, like he's coming. You know, it's Drini. Like everyone's just, oh man, I
My God.
can't even tell you.
I'm
Like,
so
how
jealous right now, though.
how
I'm mad jealous right
pumped
now.
Everyone was just, and then when he walks into the pitch, it's just fiesta,
Yeah.
like all over again. It's like if we had just scored again. I mean, obviously we didn't, but this is the guy that we're hoping was going to be, you know,
Yeah.
come in and
We're
save
waiting
our
for him, yeah.
team from what he's been, or at least, you know, yeah, we've been wondering where he's been, and yo, tell me he was
Yeah.
not on.
No. Let's talk about this, right?
No,
so,
we'll get to that. We'll get
so-
to that. I
so-
want to shout out though GBS for not changing his mind.
yeah,
Even
'Cause he
though
could've.
after we scored,
Yeah.
yeah, he could have been like, "Fuck it, we already won up. We got
Yeah.
five in the back. We could keep running. We could bring in an extra help in the middle.
Yeah,
you
something.
know, take out a winger.
Yep.
You know, play real defensive. But he was like, "Nah, fuck it. He needs his minutes. Let's get him in ASAP."
There's no way that Santini was not going to play this game. I think if he wouldn't
No.
have played this game, I would have said there's no way he should be playing playoffs. I'm glad he played this game.
Which is crazy to think about, right? When he's the one that came in, because there was only 2 subs done, right? Him and Carrasco. Flavio
so.
never came in,
Yeah.
right?
Carrasco came in. He didn't burn the third, so Carrasco came in super late though, like
Yep.
kill time.
Yeah, like at
kind
the
of.
Yeah,
end,
he was
right?
kill
Yeah,
times.
90 plus. He
yeah,
came in.
I remember that. So listen, the fate that GBS has on Drini,
Yeah.
that speaks volumes, and not just that. As the player, the confidence the coaches gave you. Listen, Fabio, forget about the previous game, right? What was it? The game against Houston,
Mm-hmm.
because he came in last minute, cold, obviously because of the injury to Corona, he didn't
Mhm.
properly get to warm up. But before that, he's been playing fine. He was doing fine. So I would not have been opposed to Fabio coming in also
Right.
into this game. Like if Fabio would have come in before Drini, I'm like, all right, I get it. Look, I get it. Here's the reasons. I could break
Yeah.
all these reasons down,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't. As a matter of fact, he never came in. It was Romano Sandrini, the one that came in.
Well, like
Mhm.
GBS has been talking highly about Drini this whole fucking year, right? He's always talking about like, he when he comes back, he's gonna be a big part for us. He's a big player for us. He's always had high expectations for him, and that can only vibe well for Lissandrini, right? Having somebody that has your back like that can only be good. And let's talk about this man coming in, right? Because he comes in the 72nd minute, 73rd minute, because it came right after the goal, and he's on, and he is on. Like there was, I looked at him because I wanted to see how he was gonna come in. Was he gonna be hesitant? No.
Can I have
no,
a moment, Rudy?
Yes, go for it. All you.
I'm glad this whole season I've been saying how much I want this man on my team, how much he's amazing, how much he's a big asset.
Oh, wasn't he part of the Drini out crew with the
Everyone-
shirts and everything?
Originator.
Yeah,
Originator.
he's
You
the
guys can't
originator,
see-
right?
You guys can't see that my corner over here. I wish my camera could. Listen, I'll get that shit next year. But there's a big ass France flag back there with some French fries, French toast, French butter. There's a lot of French shit up there. That y'all listen, Drini as fuck. I've been telling y'all, don't at me, don't shit.
Oh man.
Drini fan club right here. I've been telling y'all.
Oh,
All right.
listen.
Not bad. Keep going.
This guy came in with listen, we're up 1-0, so the team is already, I think, feeling better because we're up 1-0. But the injection that Drini gets, that Drini puts to his team as soon as he comes in, you could almost see it. Like you could almost,
Yeah.
it was there. Like I'm sure you guys felt it too, right? Because I mean, being in the stadium is different, and you can sense things differently. I was hyped though when I seen him, and I seen the first couple of touches, and I seen his intentions. I mean, listen, he came in. Who scored has him coming in at 73rd minute. Who scored has Dos Santos goal at the 75th minute, and
Yeah, that's correct.
and who assists Dos Santos?
Drini.
My man is
Romano Sandrini was his assist in his first game.
in his first 2 minutes of game.
No,
Let's rewind real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, hold on.
rewind.
Hey,
We gotta
Masa,
talk about
Masa.
we gotta talk about the what?
I got French vanilla back there too. My bad. I forgot to mention French vanilla too.
Let's go back real quick because we talk about the
You
breakaway.
got French
with
Montana
Pavon.
too?
French Montana.
Yeah, might as well, right?
The breakaway with Pavon, and he puts Zlatan through,
Yep.
and he shits on Opara, and he's a 1v1.
Is that prior to the
That
goal?
was right in between. That was
Like
right in between
Opara?
Jonas' goal.
His
That was right
knee-
before Jonas' goal.
Okay.
Dog, Icopara stretched out, fell over, hit his knees face first. If Zlatan would have scored that fucking goal, I would have gone crazy because, dog, Icopara, the best defender of the year. Everyone just gave him that award, and Zlatan to shit on him like that. Pavon, shout out to Pavon, though. Zlatan had no idea the ball was at his feet until he touched that shit. And shout out to Zlatan. The fact that you don't know the ball's there but still control it like that,
Mm-hmm.
it reminds me of my first touch, dog. Don't at me, though.
Okay. But
That's that French touch, huh?
if we're gonna talk about this, then we have to give Zlatan some shit for that.
Of
Because
course.
he
That's why I
has
brought it
to
up.
he has to put that in. And I'm sorry, and I thought that was, for some reason I thought that was after the second goal, but if it was before, it's even worse. When I seen the angle and I seen that he had that opportunity, I thought it was a goal. I mean, because listen, he scored some bangers, right? That he pulls them out of his ass and it's just bangers. But when he has sitters like this, I need him to score those, especially right now in playoffs. Right? I need him to like be fucking super fucking critical in finishing all his chances he gets, especially like that. And unfortunately, this is like, obviously this one had a little more challenge than the one in Houston, but in Houston he had a sitter that he missed, and this one was maybe not a sitter, but it's something that I expect Sutton to score.
Listen, we'll get to this. I will get to this, but I'm okay with him missing this, just knowing the result. If I didn't know the result and all that, I'd be pissed. Just knowing the result, I'm okay with him missing it, just because the team stepped up. But
fuck the result though, because at that point it was 1-0.
1-0.
Yep.
yeah, listen. Listen. I'm not gonna fight you on that.
Hindsight.
I completely agree. Yeah, no, I get that.
Hindsight. Yeah, but I really thought he should have scored that and
Yeah.
in his fucking Zlatan. So we need to fucking not that he's ever gonna hear this or give a fuck about what we had to say, but we have to hold him accountable for missing opportunities like that, right? Because he for so long he bitched about not getting set up correctly and not get set up correctly. He needs to put this away. He's quality. His fucking caliber is fucking ridiculous. So he needs to put this away, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. At that point, he had no pressure. It was a 1v1.
I could probably was on the floor behind him.
Mm-hmm. He was already praying, dog.
Yeah. Should work for him, huh?
Right? But shortly after that, Listen, Junior does amazing passing. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, Junior just kind of feeds
yeah.
it. He just
Yeah.
he feeds
Yeah.
it. No.
Those trans-
Yeah. No,
Hold up.
I'm not.
I've been telling you, Alessandrini.
Yeah,
I've been telling you, assist king. He already has assists in the season.
You know what I mean?
Y'all slept. Y'all slept. Don't jump. Hey, no. Get off my bandwagon. This is me. I'm riding this motherfucker by myself.
That touch was magical. The way he touched the ball to Jonah and just played. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a continuation of a play. Jonah has space. He touches the Jonah. I'm not expecting Jonah to take that shot though. You know what I mean? He had the space and everything. I mean, like the shot was perfect.
Galaxy Jonah, no.
Right? Like,
Jonah probably didn't think of taking the shot. He looked up, and my man was like, "I got no pressure on me, dog." He's like, "I got it." He said, he takes a dope ass shot with the fucking top spin, dog. That shit.
When he scored the goal,
my
first
God.
I don't know if it was Glenn or Steve, and I told him, see, he could do that shit for the Galaxy too. Because we've given Jonah a lot of shit on this podcast as far as pushing forward and shooting the ball. Dog, the fact that he shot my mind, I was mad and happy at the same time. I was like, you stupid motherfucker. This is all we've been asking for all fucking season. But the fact that he did it now, listen, I'll take it. I don't give a fuck.
It doesn't even matter no more. Fuck it.
I got the Mexican flag back there with the French flag. I got tacos. I got quesadillas, burritos. I got everything.
Burritos are from Texas.
Yep.
I got some Big's Vaporub right there, dog. You don't even know what the fuck I got.
That goal was fucking clutch, and I think that sealed it, right? Like any nerves I had after that goal, and after seeing Dream, it's a wrap. But let's keep going in the second half because
Well, really quick.
Go for it.
Did you guys? That's the goal where Zlatan runs over to the post and pulls himself up or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like he's on it, man. Like I know he didn't score, and Rudy, we gave him shit for, and that's absolutely right. But he wants this. He wants this shit bad. He wants it bad.
And I think at that point it was like he wants it, and he was relieved because it was, I'm telling you, like a minute prior of him missing that 1-on-1, he knew like fuck. And then when Jonah scored, he probably felt like a weight off his shoulders, like fuck.
Yeah.
There it is, a 2-0, like we're good. Like,
and that's what I wanted to get to.
My back.
Go for it.
And that, look, it's Zlatan, right? I know he's the type of player that he'll move on from or whatever, but we're talking about playoffs here. It's a single game elimination. It's not like, okay, well, next week we're going to play somebody else type of thing. We drop 3 points or we drop a point. No, it's here, you're done, right? So that's going to be vivid in his mind. So that I felt that's what he did when he did. I think it was like a sigh of relief, like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
We're up now within a short stint, and we only got about 10, 15 minutes left in the game. Let's do this shit, with Drini and go ahead.
So I think that's the biggest thing I take from this game is the fact that it was the team who won. It wasn't Zlatan pulling us to the finish line. It was a team who just they figured it out, right? They figured it out. Yes, Lletget was off a rebound, but he was there. He was with the play. He was aware of it and scored that goal. Yes, they gave Jonah all that space and Jonah showed his quality, right? Because Jonah showed his quality on that setup and the execution of it. The team did this without Zlatan having a good game, and that just votes confidence.
Credit to Pavon and Drini though, because the sequence prior to Drini laying off Jonah, I think gets Jonah open because everybody's focused on like, what's Pavon gonna do?
Yeah.
And then the way Drini came in hot, they were like, okay, we gotta focus on this guy too. And then Zlatan's chilling right behind him, and they're like, fuck. And then Jonah's wide open, and Darwin tries to close him down all
You
late.
just heard-
But Darwin shouldn't even be close players down, you know?
Did you hear what you just mentioned though? All the players that you just mentioned.
Yep.
All those four players that you just mentioned.
Yep.
You just mentioned Pavon, Zlatan, Alessandrini, and Jonathan Dos Santos.
Ain't that
Bro.
nice? Ain't that nice? Ain't that nice?
You hear that? You just talked about
that
the
nice?
quality of one, how one followed up the miss of the other, and one of them wasn't even involved in the other the other goals.
You're talking about 40
Yo,
You're talking about 40 P's right
exactly.
there. And that's amazing.
I love this team, dog.
Right now, yeah, same. I'm hyped right now. We get that
Well,
second.
always.
Chill. No, goddamn, fuck no.
We
Relax.
get-
Every
we-
time that we've ever been hyped on this podcast before a game, yeah, no, you better calm that shit down.
I'm
No,
hyped.
chill.
I'm hyped.
Right now, our energy is focused on what just happened. We're not thinking there yet.
So we score in the 75th minute. There's 15 minutes late in this. 15 minutes left in this game. I'm feeling comfortable. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Mr. Drini, and it continues right. At one point, what's his name? Fucking Alonso takes a cheap shot on Drini.
Oh, dog.
Oh,
And did you
dog,
see?
that
Did you
shit got
see
me hot.
Drini's fire? Did you see Drini's
Drini's-
fire? Like
Dog,
Drini.
that comes backseat to Jonah
Oh yeah.
getting
And-
into that motherfucker's face and pushing him off. And that comes even more backseat to Polenta
Polenta
running 80
fucking
fucking yards
yeah.
from- on a yellow card. My motherfucker's a maleante. He doesn't give a fuck. He was on
Yeah.
Sunday League 94th and Hoover. He didn't give a shit. He was about to sock him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Dog, he got in his face. And
Yeah.
dog, he didn't give a fuck about listen, I don't want you to get another double yellow because that means a red card. But dog, the fact that you ran from all the way to the back to where you were going, I love this fucking
Sup
team
with-
because there's a
sup
fight.
with it,
And
sup
Daniel
with it.
Stairs was in there too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
It just man, like I get it. Like one, I'm happy that Drini just bounced right back up, right? So I wasn't scared that he was injured because he was right back up and he was in his face. And then I seen what George described, where everybody just kind of rushing in and getting on people's
Yeah.
face, and I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, yo, that's the
Yeah,
fight right there. Let's
yeah,
go, let's
right.
go. You let me know.
Oh,
Hype, man, hype. The game continues. Drini has some looks. There's this, and I don't know I don't remember what the buildup was, but I remember the turn, and the turn, and immediately knowing he's gonna take a shot, and it's a good shot on goal, and he forces a save.
Yeah,
from
that
the-
was offside,
He
though.
forced the keeper to save. No,
What?
it wasn't.
That
He
one I was
received
scared.
in front. Yeah, he had two.
Yeah.
One where he was offside,
Oh,
and
okay.
he told the ref, "I didn't hear the whistle."
Oh, they give
I
him a yellow
remember
for that, right?
vividly. I believe so. And
No,
then
yeah,
there was
okay.
another one where he
Oh,
receives
they get a yellow, never mind.
in front of the defender. He goes out left and he takes a fucking cross shot to the
Oh,
other
I thought he
post.
had that.
Oh, dude, I was about to go nuts, dog. Like, oh, I can't believe this motherfucker's gonna score on his.
That's the goal I've been telling y'all, all
Listen.
motherfuckers. That's the goal I've been telling y'all all year. he's gonna
Listen,
score. All
I'm not
year,
gonna-
I've been telling you,
I'm
that's the goal.
I'm not gonna throw any names out because if you were in Minnesota, you know it was coming. But I can confirm that several of our lady friends said that if Juni scores, shirts off too.
That's amazing.
Oh man,
Listen,
how wild, yo.
Eddie Rivas in the chat says something that's accurate as fuck. He says Polenta gave me Jella Van Dam vibes on that one,
Yeah.
and that's accurate. That's accurate as fuck. You know what I mean? Because
About Jella, did y'all see his story?
yep,
His IG story?
Oh yeah, I did. Fucking yeah.
I love him, man. I love that guy. I miss him too, though. To be honest,
That's accurate.
you know, to be honest, I miss him too.
Just for the record, he's my inspiration. He's who I strive to be. That's why I work out just to be like him. Dead ass.
Pocket
Man,
size,
it's a
pocket size
you're
gentleman.
not gonna-
Damn.
you're
Pocket
not-
size
you're
gentleman.
not
Damn,
gonna
though.
go that tall, boy.
You gonna be pocket
Pocket
size
size JVD, yeah.
Pocket size JVD. That's cool. I fuck with that. That's sexy.
Thanks, friend.
Yeah. Listen, Junior's looking good. The team is vibing, and they get a goal. And I can't even be mad at that goal because that goal, it goes through a lot of people because it's not like they caught us slipping. There was a lot of people there. It's just a really hard shot, low driven, out to a corner. And I can't put blame on anybody. You know what I mean? Because I think that
Before that goal happened, I looked at I forgot who I looked to, and I was like, this team's not gonna make it easy for us. This shit's gonna happen sooner or later.
Yeah,
You felt it
It's
too.
the
You
fucking
felt it.
playoffs, bro. You know what I mean? It's the playoffs.
felt
And
it.
Yeah, and if you guys watch every other playoff game, dog, that shit's been lit. Like,
wild, yeah. It's been
that
wild
has
as
not
fuck.
been like a 1-0 game.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, there was.
If we're
Atlanta-
talking about that,
Whoa.
then Dog, if we're talking about playoffs, everything that's happened, we're the
Playoffs?
only team that went away.
Oh yeah,
We're
yeah.
the
But I'm
only
saying
team
like
that
there
won.
was no games that was like, oh shit, like the other team didn't respond
Dominate,
to getting
because
scored on.
even the
CFC.
stupid, but even at that, like that was extra time. They won. They scored 4 goals in extra time, right? Like they went to extra time at 1-1. So it just kind of stupid how it finished. Back to our game though, they scored that goal.
Oh shit, DC United.
Yeah,
Is that where there was like not memes, but there was like shots going on social media from their account that said, we're not done yet, and it was 1-1,
yeah,
and then like, well, wasn't the final score like 5-1 or
5-1.
something?
Yeah,
Like that?
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
now it makes total sense. Yeah, because listen, we weren't paying attention to the other games. We
Anything
were
else? Yeah,
fucking wild in Prince's
bet.
house, all types of shit. Listen,
Yeah,
so yeah,
I seen
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Back to our game though. Like they score in the 87th minute. The Galaxy are the Galaxy do something that we haven't seen much, and that's understand that the game's a wrap if they could just hold the ball, if they could just control the pace of the game, or waste time. I mean, we've seen Carrasco come in at the 90 something minute and take his sweet ass
93rd.
time to, like they killed the clock the last 5 minutes, and that was brilliant. Like I'm okay with that. Like at this point, you did your job, just fucking see it out. They do. The fucking ref finally blows the whistle, and it's on, baby. Because now we know what's gonna happen. We know who we play on Thursday. We're on to the Western Conference semifinals. The Galaxy's fucking in this, dog. Like there's a legit shot at the fucking MLS Cup now. You know what I mean? Like there's things that are changing, or there's players that are vibing. There's things that are happening that we haven't seen the whole season, but somehow this game they figure some shit out. With all that being said, 2-1 victory at Minnesota in playoffs. I'll take it, and I'm more than satisfied with what happened on.
The fact that we're the only team that won away is
Wait.
still it's still a mind fuck to even someone that we haven't played yet. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
And then Glenn mentioned this, right? Glenn mentioned this, that is the first time since 2012 that a away team
They mentioned it on the broadcast.
Did they? Yeah, it's the first time
Yeah. The last
You
time
guys-
that the Galaxy have won an away game was 2012.
in playoff.
And not to toot my own horn here, obviously I do that a lot, but
No, we're not.
you guys, well, and no, but this is because this is what I was getting to when every single time I kept bringing up this point when we were already talking about playoffs after we clinched, because we were talking about positioning. Where do we stand? Where do we? I told you guys, does it really matter if we're home or away with this team? Do you guys remember me saying that multiple
Yep.
times? It's to me, it's irrelevant if we play home or away because we at least if just going by the data that we have from regular season, we were never consistent either one. Like we'll have our stints or our moments, but we lost stupid ass home games to sorry ass teams, right? Or allegedly, sorry teams, and then we go and beat teams, also at their house. It's just
Yeah.
it was so much to me that it was irrelevant where we ended
So
up.
consistency
this
is hard to
proof.
judge. Yep.
Yeah, and this is proof, especially when we're talking about the players that we mentioned. They don't give a shit if they're home or away. And then a player like Zlatan, he loves being against the crowd. He loves being the villain, right? If you're not part of his team, he wants to be that guy that you want to hate. He wants to be, and he loves that shit. He strives for that shit, and it's apparent.
Yep.
Right.
Hey,
So, go ahead.
No, if you have another point, continue, because I might ask a question from the chat. But if you have something else, say that before.
No, just that. Like, I mean, it's because of what George said. We're the only team to win, right? And that's my whole thing. Like, to me, it's irrelevant if we play home or away. I get wanting to be home. I
Yeah.
get it, of course. I get it. Don't get me wrong.
And that argument was the whole season, right? Because like that's why we were so upset when we lost stupid games, because this
Yeah.
team could beat every single fucking team. And like every single team. I think the Galaxy has a shot to beat them, and sometimes they just shot themselves in the foot and they couldn't get it through in the regular season. But none of that fucking matters because it's playoffs, and we got 3 more games to go. That's all that matters. Let me bring this up for Manny. Manny Serrano says, "What about the non-penalty call on Antuna when he gets pushed from behind by Alonso? The ref didn't even call it."
Yeah.
All right.
Let's talk about it. You and me, Rudy, because you and I had a conversation about it at the viewing party. So
wanna give your take?
originally in the play of game, as the play happened, when it happened,
Real time, yeah.
I said no penalty, keep playing. When you slow mo that shit, Antuna's at least half a foot in front of him, maybe a couple inches to half a foot, and the arm gets extended on his back.
Mhm.
To me, by rule, by definition, that's a foul. If it's in the box, it's a penalty. Especially when you tell someone, if you go shoulder to shoulder, you go anything, as long as your hand does not extend, it's not a foul. Once your hand becomes an extension, it's a foul. By rule, by definition, Alonso extended his arm. I don't care how soft it is. I don't care what it was. The fact that the extension of the arm, whether it caused Antuna to fall or if it was sold, it's a foul.
My problem with that is that we've seen Polenta do that. We've seen Steres do that. We've seen all the players do it, and it doesn't get called sometimes, right? The thing is, like, I don't want that call being called on Polenta or on Steres or on anybody else.
I have a question.
See, but they
If
will
we
call
did
that
it,
shit
do you
on
think
us.
it would have happened? Exactly. If it
I don't
happened
think
to
so.
us, do you think it would have been called? 100%.
I don't know. Listen, I'll say one thing, and it's probably not a it's probably not a right comment or something to be against it, but the refs have been doing it right in the playoffs. The refs have been like calling it and understanding it's the playoffs and understanding game momentum, where they haven't like for instance in the Seattle Dallas game, right? There was a scuffle and there was a push and there was like hands near the face that should have been a yellow or a red card. The kid the goalie for Dallas had a yellow card already, and the ref decided to give both of them warnings, saying, "Hey, don't fuck around, just play the game." Right, so I think if there was the opposite way, I think that we wouldn't got called that. I think a soft. I don't think it's. I'm okay with them not calling that as penalty. I was okay with.
I'm
that.
not, because if it's shoulder to shoulder,
And so you're a defender, dog, and you're a mother, and you
Hey.
the huevos.
if it's shoulder to shoulder, and you extend your arm, I'm cool. We're not calling that. My man got pushed from the back.
From behind, yeah.
It looks soft, but Antuna's running full speed. That shove takes him down.
I don't.
Yeah,
think
I
so.
don't
just-
care.
I
I
don't
don't care what you say. It throws him off balance. It
don't
takes
think
him
so.
off his feet.
We could
I was gonna
disagree.
say some foul
That's
shit,
a-
but I'm not
that's
doing
a-
that to Rudy.
That's a penalty, bro.
I don't think so.
I love you too much, Rudy.
Clear-
I'm not gonna out to you.
Clear and obvious, dog. Clear and obvious. If it was shoulder to shoulder, you extend your arm, cool. Fuck it, shoulder to shoulder. Your arm got extended, whatever. No penalty, dog. This is a shove from the back. That's a penalty.
It's just soft.
Clear and obvious. Nah,
Soft.
clear and
Soft.
obvious.
It's soft.
dog.
Rudy, I think you're
I'm-
wrong on this one.
That's fine. And that's 100% fine. I said it. I don't think it was gonna be a popular opinion at all, right? And I get it. But that's my opinion. I
Yeah.
think it was. I think it was soft. But again, it didn't get called. Here's the thing, though, right? With shit like that, when it could be a fucking a penalty, it goes out. The ball's out, so it's dead play. Why didn't you check it? Just check it. You know what I mean? The VAR is there. Just check it.
That's
Just check
back. That's back to the point. If it was us, it would have
They
been.
did check it. They
Did they check it?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
they
what
just
I'm
told
saying.
them.
Yeah,
They told
Well,
them
the
that?
ref didn't check it, but VAR checked
That's
it.
what I want. I don't give a fuck if VAR checks it.
Yo.
VAR has not helped us in any way. I want the ref to walk his ass
Nah,
over.
it's not the,
I
it's
don't
not
care if
the
you don't
VAR's-
watch it. I don't
it's
care
not
if you
the
watch
VAR's
it.
fault, though. This is not VAR's fault. Yes, the Spanish commentator said it clearly. The VAR is a precise technology. The ref is still the person making the mistake.
6, yeah.
VAR is
How many-
there.
Yeah,
How many times has VAR been precise with us?
What you mean? VAR checks them all out. It's the ref if he wants to check it or not. That's still on the ref, not on VAR.
Hold on.
VAR is
hold
the
on, but
technology you use to
What do you mean
check
by?
it.
Oh, okay, got it. So, all right, my bad.
The
So
refs-
my thing,
the
okay,
ref
my thing is the
still
people
makes
that
the
are
call.
seeing the VAR. My thing is about the people seeing the VAR, not the ref on the field. They
Well,
should
yeah, they
tell
pro-
him, you know what?
they-
It's
yeah,
not clear.
yeah, they
you
told-
you shouldn't tell me it's clear as day. You don't have to worry about this, because at the end of the day, the one that's gonna look like an idiot is the referee. The fact that you didn't go see it, the fact that we are challenging this shit, is what gets me upset. There shouldn't be a group of fucking 6 people up in the towers or wherever that shit's at to say, you know what, it's clear as day. You don't have to go and look at this. If one of you motherfuckers were the ref, I'd be like, you know what, I can't tell you by 100% that this is clear. Go watch this shit and save your ass.
But here I'll say one thing to wrap it all up, right? You guys think it's a penalty. I think it's soft and it's fine, right? Like wherever you stand on that. But the Galaxy did what they had to do, so it didn't matter at the end of the day. And that's what I've been clamoring about, right? Like take the refs fuck ups away from them, by just doing you and winning the game. And they did that this game. You know what I mean? If they wouldn't have, I think it would have been a bigger thing. But they did. They out there, they scored more goals than Minnesota in the events. And that's what I want the whole time. Like fuck the refs and their fuck ups, because we could win a game anytime. All right, boys. We're running into about an hour into it. I kind of want to get another half an hour in to talk about LAFC. But
We
before
got a lot of questions.
yeah, all right. See, so let's keep moving. Before I go into that, give me your thoughts on the defensive tactics GBS applied for this game. What do you think about that? Like how
Before or after remark?
Just as they played, like he brought in 4 players and kept them back. He didn't have no win backs, which is something that we hadn't done the whole year, right? What's your thoughts on
This
that?
I think that
for
works as long as our wings tuck into the midfield, as we were doing this game. That's the only way this is gonna work.
this is a one-time thing. We
That's
cannot do
accurate too.
this next game. I
It's all
guarantee you, we
it's
cannot
all based on
do
tactics.
this next game. This was the right back four for this game. Moving forward, this is not something that I want to see again. I don't think it'll work.
I would not be surprised to see Araujo play as right back next game.
Hold on, let's
No,
not
no,
go
no,
that far.
but
Let's go.
no, 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 no. But to Masa's point about being tactical, I think that's like to that point. It's all about a tactical game. You go based off your game. So next game or whatever this game was, I think it was just based on what was opposed to us.
All right. So maybe I didn't lay it out correctly. I want to think what your thoughts were on GBS putting this, right? Because we haven't seen any major tactical changes for our team pretty much the whole year. We played a certain way the whole year, and it's playoff time, and we changed the tactics. What's your thoughts on GBS and looking like a genius now, right? Because it worked.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't work, there would have been talks
I
about
mean,
why he fucked
that's
that up,
what he gets paid for,
I agree.
to take risk like this. And he finally decided to pull the strings. He saw that this was fit for this game, and that shit worked out for him. So mad props to GBS.
I mean,
mad
shit,
props
we
to
were at the
GBS.
practice. We were at the practice talking about what the fuck you doing.
Yeah, looking at him like
and
it was
he stuck,
stupid.
and he stuck,
Yeah, and he
to
stuck with it.
and it shit worked out.
Listen, I talked to him one on one. That motherfucker kept his lineup. I feel disrespected, but it worked. So he right.
All right, boys. 2-1 victory away. The boys have fun. Angel, we're gonna have to postpone some of Minnesota talk just because I don't want to have a 3-hour pod. Okay, we're having 2-hour pod and a 3-hour pod. So that sets us up to play at the toilet again at the Stanc of California this Thursday versus LAFC FC for the third meeting this year. But now it's for something, right? Now it's for real something. Now it means a lot, right? It's not just 3 points. It's not 1 point. It's not standings. It's the playoffs, and we get the rivalry match. One, let me. We all knew that was the case. If we won, that was going to be the case. How are you guys feeling about the match right now?
Relevant. Relevant.
Still relevant. Okay, they said irrelevant. It's relevant.
No.
Okay.
Now it's relevant. That's how I feel about that game. Relevant. So we can talk about it. That's how I feel.
All right, let's talk about it. So tell me thoughts. Let's go into how we do it in the tailgate. Let's start talking about lineups. We just had a conversation about what the backline was for Minnesota and how it's a tactical genius from GBS. What does that backline look like for Thursday versus LAFC?
To me, it's gonna look like the games that have worked against the AFC, because as Philip Rivera mentioned on the chat here on the YouTube chat, Bob doesn't change his tactics, and that's correct. He usually tends to play the same type of way. But that being said, we need to play the way that we've played them before. What works for us, one, being physical, but still, countering their speed with our speed. So personally, I think we should go. Unfortunately, David Bingham on goal, as always. You're gonna go Shelvick. Well, you should go Shelvick. I'm not saying he will, but I would prefer Shelvick, Polenta, Steres, and Felster. That back four that has worked when we played against this team, because it's a lot of this. It's a lot of the same things you're gonna do.
Yep.
At least in the back four.
All right.
In
So
the midfield,
before we move into midfield, let me get thoughts on everybody else on the defense. Are you guys with Angel in that lineup, or are you guys different thoughts on the defense?
I usually want to go with Shelvick on left side, but I might go Polenta left and Steris and people in the center with Rolf at right.
God damn.
But at the same time, I need to know if Carlos Vela's playing a striker. If he's playing striker, then I want Polenta in the middle. Or if Vela's playing wing, then I'm throwing Polenta on the. I want Polenta guarding Vela. Simple as that. So if Vela's playing striker, I want him in the center. If Vela's playing wing, then I want Polenta on the wing. So it all comes down to, because right now they don't have, well, they got what's that for name
Diamante.
back? Yeah, but
Diamante.
I don't think he's starting. I don't think
No,
he's
he's still on
starting.
that shit. He's still doing that shit.
So
Hey, somebody snitch real quick, dog. Go to PayPal and call MLS.
so
All right, talk to
I
me.
don't know.
Make up your mind.
It depends.
Give a call right now, and you
Yeah,
choose
I go
what.
Polenta. I go Polenta left, Steris and people in the middle, and Rolf on the right.
Okay.
George, your
I
thoughts?
have Romney on the left. I personally, if Vela plays the same side, I want him to get a yellow, and then we have Shelvick. I want him to wear out that offense and make some physical tackles, and GBS come in and make a tactical change to when the game has already progressed, legs are tired, for Shelvick to come in and then push up a little, and then have Polenta shift over to the left to cover Vela. And then I have Polenta and Saris in the midfield, and I'll keep people on the right.
Oh, keep people on the right. Interesting.
I'll keep people on the right.
I think I'm going with Massa because I thought, especially if Vela's not playing out wide, I'm with you, Massa. I think people puts him in his back pocket. So if he's playing out wide, I want people on the left. I mean, I want Polenta out left, people in the middle with Steris, and Rolf on the right. Now, midfield. We don't know Corona status, but I'm thinking
Yeah.
he's gonna be at least available for the 18 because he was, tentatively gonna be available this week. So I'm thinking by Thursday he might be ready for the 18. But what are we doing in the midfield, Angel? You started off again. What do you want to do in the midfield?
I think when it comes to the midfield, all the way up to the top, we go exactly the same way we went to Minnesota. I'm okay with Kitchen there because Kitchen also plays physical. We know this. We've said that that's the strong. My favorite part of his game, the way that he's not afraid to, hit someone if he has to. Not saying hit him, but
Yeah.
play physical if he has to. And this is the type of game I think you're gonna have to be more physical. That's what's worked with us for us in the past is being the more physical team against this team. At least LAFC to me smaller than the players that we have. At least some players, the ones that are attacking. That's it. I'm okay with him being there and letting Jonah do his thing. That true box to box thing. The Jets stay up there. You keep Antuna where he's at. You keep Pavon where he's at, and Zlatan up top. And no, I don't think we still see Romano Sandrini from the get go.
Massa, your thoughts?
If Corona's ready, I want Corona, Jonah, and the Jet, and that triangle. If Corona's not ready, yeah, fuck playing defensive against this team. This team plays too straightforward. They like to push a lot of numbers forward. I'm going Leggett, Jonah, and Fabio to hit them on counters. That's what I want to play.
Yeah.
George?
I agree 100% with Masa said. If Corona is ready, I think Corona did a really, really, really good job when we played at the Stanc the first away. If anything, he was one of the players that shut out Vela, and I think Vela got into his face because he was being shut out by Corona, and even Jonah was getting into his face about it. So I like Corona. If he's ready, I want him there. If not, I go with exactly what Masa said. I want Leggett and Jonah playing in the midfield and up top Fabio.
Interesting, right? Because on this one, I'm going to side with Angel. I kind of want to see Kitchen there again, right? I kind of want to see Kitchen sit in front of the defense and give Jonah that freedom to move. Like, don't handcuff to the middle. Because again, right, Angel said it, Jonah is at his best, he plays box to box. He's not an attacking midfielder. He's not a defensive midfielder. He's a box to box. He can do both. Covers the shit on the ground. And if he doesn't have to have the responsibility of sitting in the middle, he excels. And honestly, right now, I'm really liking what I see from Leggett. Leggett seems like he's hungry for it, and there's a swagger's back. The swagger's back. Becky G must have wrote a song for him or something, but the swagger's back.
Yeah, it shows the interview.
It was the interview. Whatever it is, like Leggett looks like he has swagger back. And one thing that I don't think we could ever doubt him is that he's soccer smart. You know what I mean? Like he knows. He has the vision. Sometimes it doesn't come out all the way, but he has the vision, and I like what he's doing right now. So I want to keep him as our cam. The guy's out wide. It's I think that's a no-brainer. Landrina's not ready for full game, so we have Antuna Pavon, and then obviously Zlatan Daddy's gonna be Daddy against them. So we split when it comes to defense to a midfield. I think we're split when it comes to defense. We all agree on who our attackers are, right? Like,
and this is the most exciting thing for me. Because their backs, like to push up a lot, and they cover a lot of ground, back and forth, back and forth. Dog, a fresh Drini. My God, bro.
See, but even then, right? Let's. It doesn't matter if we go with mine and Rudy's lineup, or if we go with George and Masa's lineup. Let's think about what we have right now on the depth on the bench. Because I imagine at minimum, Corona should probably
In
be
the
on the
18,
bench at minimum.
Yeah.
And even if he starts, then you still have Kitchen on the
Or
bench.
Fabio, right? We have
Right,
options.
which doesn't get to.
Oh, sorry.
And there's
Yeah.
also Fabio, right? Now you have Drini also as an option. Those are three legitimate guys that can make a different type of impact in your game, depending on what you want to do, right? Both Fabio and Drini, offensive minds. Like, these guys are gonna be that for you, right? And Fabio, we know he's a little bit of, well, even Drini can play in the camera. We've seen him play there before. Not ideal for me, but
Neither.
he could do it. So both Fabio and Drini they're like Swiss Army knives somewhat in this case. Maybe just two different types, but there.
A bigger one, a smaller
can
one.
play Yeah, exactly.
Versus...
Yeah, exactly. Boom, you got it. So that's that with them. And then with Kitchen, he'll give you that defensive stability if we need to make a defensive tactical change. With Corona, you add that into the mix. Sorry, you can also add that into the mix that he can rotate with any of the three in that true midfielder role if we need to. So that's 4 players right there. That's depth. You can only make 3 subs. So that's 4 you got to pick from.
And
You can even and he actually likes Carrasco apparently because obviously put him in this past game just to waste time, but thought of him. Hey, put him in. That's 5 players right there.
And I think even before Carrasco, you have to remember Panis is there too, right? In a pickle.
Oh shit!
In a pickle, you have Panis
I forgot about that.
So the depth, listen, and it's funny because like legit, what happened was, legit found his form. Fabio found his form. Corona found his form, and got his Drini back, and that makes a shit ton of difference, right? Because when these guys were out of form, you kind of look at the bench and be like, yeah, who are we bringing? But now that these guys found form, it's a good bench. It's a good bench right now. It's a good bench, so it's gonna be interesting. Let's talk about what we think is gonna happen in this game. Let's start off with what we think LAFC could do. Keep in mind, Zimmerman was fucking injured not too long ago. I'm not sure about his status.
I think Zimmerman's out, and it's very likely that Mark Anthony K is out too.
Right? Because K had the hamstring.
K coming, yeah.
K had the hamstring.
Canada.
And then man, what's his name? Diamante, whatever his name is. Like he just got
that shit.
He just got
on that shit.
He just got cleared though, right? Like they just cleared him off of that, off of the substance
wellness program or whatever.
Here's something interesting, right? Because Eddie actually told me this yesterday.
Just to be clear, these are my thoughts and my thoughts only. And these 3 representatives do not share my thoughts.
Listen, we'll go down with
I
shit.
get it.
Eddie was telling me that is bullshit because it's a mandatory 10-month,
3-month,
or 3-month. Okay, so then it might be correct, then, right? Because it sounds about right, 3 months. So maybe Eddie had it wrong. All right, let's talk about these guys. What do you think? How could they hurt us, and how could we counter that? Whatever their attacking prowess is.
If they're out or if they're in. What the man you just mentioned.
I'm talking about LAFC, like whoever they put in. Like what?
If those players that you just mentioned are out, we'll have a field day against these motherfuckers. I don't see this being a competitive game at all. That means that they have a one-trick pony, and if we stop that, that's it to us. I personally think if those players, because Mark Anthony K plays a big role playing in the midfield.
I agree.
Especially with assisting Vela.
Is the one-trick pony Vela?
Yeah. If he doesn't have a supporting squad, it's done. The only thing that I would see, hit Diego Rossi in the mouth. Have people or someone hit him early. He's a small motherfucker. He's still young. I don't see anything coming from him. And I forget who their Colombian, Uruguayan, whoever they just got someone on DP. I personally don't know him from what he came on. I haven't seen any of their games. I don't. But Mark Anthony K to me is all right. Well, suck his dick then, bitch. Goddamn. I don't care about him. Yeah, I don't care. Well, punch
Polento's
him in
gonna,
the mouth.
Polento's probably gonna fuck him up because Nacional and Peñarol hate the shit out of each
Peñarol,
other.
yep.
So you
The
know,
only thing that I could see that coming from this is blessing. But I think the stage is too big for him. I don't think that he's gonna come up to it. Um, the only reason he got a goal from us from the meme he became was because of a lucky bounce. He's irrelevant. They're one trick pony. If we stop him, the game's done. We're already in his head. The whole fan base, the whole team feed off of him. If he's out, he's out.
I think you say that a little too nonchalant, saying just stop him. Because for what it's worth, Bella's a
We've done
baller.
But
Bella's a
we've done.
baller.
Okay, but we've stopped Vela in the past. We're to the point where he has not done anything.
Well,
he
not
scored.
anything.
He scored every single game against us.
Yeah.
That's false.
So you can't say
Every
he
single
done
game we
nothing.
played, yeah. He's
But
always
some
he's
but
scored.
some is because we've given him the ball in front of the goal. Not given him, but we've let a ball
Give him
pass
the
us
space.
directly. Yeah, we've given, and I think, and what minute was that? That goal came in the 75th minute. That's
Well,
given that the other team scored. They kept him in the game. They kept that team in the game.
I can't recall who posted in the chat, but somebody put in the chat like you guys remember the last game where the second half or the last game we played at Stank. What happened was Vela turned up, right? Now I'm not here trying to like I'm not here trying to suck this nigga's dick or
I think
trying
it
to
was
suck
a
his dick or
GPS
anything like that.
tactic.
But
Oh, Butterdick.
I'm not even. I'm not editing that either. Though, so fuck it, it's gonna happen. I'm not here. I'm not here trying to give him praises or anything like that. But you know, what I mean, to say that all we got to do is just nullify him is not something that you could just
Well,
say.
it's
"We'll do
easier
it."
said than done, and
Yeah,
you're correct. It
100%.
is, and let's be honest here. They're obviously, well, they were the best team this past season, right? In the regular season, obviously that's why they are number one seed or whatever. But to me, there's the X factor is not. It's not going to be them. They're still going to find a ways to score on us. I don't. It's if we can end up scoring more than them.
Is it a
Zlatan just
shootout?
went. And Zlatan just went a game without scoring. He's the X factor to me. Like, listen, if you ask what can we do to stop LAFC, is score more goals in LAFC. And that's my opinion. Listen,
100%.
I'm a realist. To me, they are a good team, but I do think they have their flaws, and we've mentioned this before. Their biggest flaw is their defense. Their defense, they just score a lot more goals against everyone else that they play. Their defense still concedes goals. They're not unstoppable. Obviously, that's why they can't beat us yet. Our X factor is that man.
Yeah, I agree.
We've said this. I remember George Waverly saying in the past, he's in their head. He's in their head. They dream about him. Tyler Miller probably does dream. I'm sure that look, if they tell you that they are not afraid about playing the LA Galaxy, they're all a bunch of fucking liars.
Yep.
Every single one of them. By the way, I know some LAFC people listen to our shit, so fucking liars.
Fuck
if you don't think so.
LAFC.
Yeah, fuck
no,
shit
so,
on
so I was I had to get a haircut at a different place last time I got a haircut because my barber wasn't in town.
Heard about it.
Yeah, so I'll tell you a quick story. And the guy next to the guy who's cutting my hair, next to the barber, he's a LAFC fan, right? And I don't know how it came. Oh, he asked me about sports, and I said about Galaxy. He came with the LAFC. Long story short, we talked about playoffs, and he's like, I don't want to see the Galaxy in the playoffs. He's like, because that's the one team that that I don't know if we could beat, especially at a one-off game. He's like, especially with Zlatan,
and that.
right?
And that's it. Like it's. Listen, did they can beat us? Of course they can beat us. But at the same token, they're shooketh as fuck by us, right? And this is one of those things where it's one of those games where realistically, I don't think not one team has the advantage in terms of who the better team is. Is to me is the player. Which player will be that X factor or the person? And that's why to me I'm gonna. And it's not because I'm a Galaxy supporter. Let's be honest here. I said we weren't going to beat Minnesota. Now I changed my shit while I was out there because it's like, oh, you can like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna win, whatever. But you get the point. Like I try to be realistic about the game. That to me is the X factor, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and it's people may not like the idea that this might be the type of game where we play Zlatan ball, but if it works against LAFC, then fuck it. The point is getting to the next round.
But here's what I'm gonna say, right? I last game showed us that we don't necessarily have to play Zlatan ball against them.
Of course,
Right?
of course.
Like we could go down on the throats and just play nice soccer. Like and if and it's hard for me to say. It's hard for me to say because of the last two results. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to say, but there's a certain swagger that the Galaxy have right now that I think we haven't had prior games going into that match. I think we turned up for that match, but we hadn't had a certain swagger that I feel we have right now. We're like there's some weird confidence going on with the Galaxy right now that is not necessarily justified because it's not. We lost to Vancouver and Houston to end the season, but there's a certain swagger, there's a certain confidence that the team has that I think could only benefit us going up against our rivals because they already step up for that game, right? So if you're feeling any kind of way and now you have that on top of it, it's something we'll see. I think it's going to benefit us. Masa, what's your thoughts on LAFC and what they could do against us?
Usually I'm chilling for this game, but it is playoffs, so I'm a little nervous to be honest.
Tengo
But
miedo.
I feel like I'm nervous. I'm not scared. I feel we have the mental edge. I feel we have no pressure on us. They have all
Accurate.
the pressure in the world. They finished first. They broke records this year, and prove it. You haven't won a playoff game yet. You
Yeah.
didn't last season. You haven't played one this season, and you're playing against Daddy. So we'll see what's up.
George, thoughts on LAFC?
Fuck
Kind of
LAFC.
Accurate.
That's it. But honestly, we have a mental edge. Listen. A lot of people tell you all you need is the mentality. The fact that we have that over them, and we have someone like Zlatan that didn't produce anything in the last game. We have someone that Pavon, to me, played probably his worst game in the season for us, and it wasn't even bad. The fact that these two players did not show up against Minnesota, and they know this team is coming, and they vividly came out and said, this team is afraid of us, best believe they're about to have a game. And I'll take that any day. The fact that Zlatan did not do and didn't score a goal in Minnesota, I'm okay with. Back to your point about him missing the sitter, I get it. He missed the sitter. That's cool. I was talking to someone. I'm okay with him missing goals, us winning, and just letting it all out on LAFC.
I'm okay with that too. Speaking of that, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what we want to see the Galaxy do and how we could beat LAFC. Angel, you already talked about how we need the X factor to be Zlatan actually, produce this game. Masa, George, what are your thoughts on that? What do you
All
guys
right.
do?
Dog, punch these motherfuckers in the mouth. If nah, real shit. You know what? Honestly, my key to this game is Antuna. Antuna one-on-one taking these defenders and cutting in to the goal and passing the ball back to having someone like Fabio Leggett, to having a Jonah, to having anyone, or driving
Zlatan,
it through
yeah.
to have Pavon finish at the end. That's my key. And I think we're going to score a huge goal with that, with Antuna taking one-on-one and that happening.
Well, yeah, it's been proven, right? Because that's what Pavon has been doing for Zlatan. So if we could get Antuna to do it as well, I think it works. Masa, thoughts?
Our wingers, keys, super keys, because
Major
these
keys?
motherfuckers push up.
Oh, damn, I killed him.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Masa
Come
died?
back. Come back, Masa.
Died.
Masa, come back. Come back, Masa. Oh, there you are.
Oh,
Masa,
I'm
you
dead.
died. Oh, there you go.
You
You
come
died.
back.
Yeah,
Say
come
it
back.
again.
There you go. Oh, there you are.
Wingers are keys. They're very vulnerable to counterattack because they push up a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and at times they have two players defending. And if we could just hit the long ball to our wingers, and they manage to control and take off, and just not be scared to take players one on one. I mean, they don't have a player strong enough to guard Zlatan.
Accurate.
So, and Zlatan shows up for this game every time. It's proven. This is facts.
Yep.
I mean, but our wings are keys because they play compact, and when they push up on the wings. We just gotta hit
So
them
we
on
should
the
see
counter
space.
with the wingers.
We should see space.
Yeah.
My key or my thought is really aligns with Angel, where I think I was really happy to see the team beat Minnesota without Zlatan having a great game, without Pavon being at his best. But I think this game we're gonna have to rely on the likes of Zlatan and Pavon to really make a difference and put us over a good team, right? So I think this is not the game where we're gonna rely on the team performing, but more having our stars and our star to come out and score some goals for us, because we're gonna need that, and score early. If we can score early, like, it's gonna fuck with their head, because it's gonna be all shit again, right? So we want to score early. We want to be there. All right, boys.
It doesn't matter. Hold on. It doesn't even matter what happens though. They can score first, and it's still gonna fuck with them. We can score first. It's, you know what the more likely scenario is that might seem better for them, based on the historical facts that we have and all the data we have from all the games that have happened, right? Isn't we go into the game 0-0, like into the half 0-0. That's probably what I think a best case scenario for them would be in that first half, unless they fucking go on a rampage and they fuck the shit out of us in the first half, right? Which I highly doubt is gonna happen. But other than that,
it's happened before though. That's a
When?
scenario they don't want either. The first game, they were up 3-0, dog. What the fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
even then, wasn't it? Yeah, you're right. No, it was 2-0 at the half,
At
and
the
then
half.
then
And then we scored
exactly.
the own goal.
Yeah, fucking Daniel Stairs. But but you get what I'm saying, like, and that's my thing. It's, at least remind me, I don't think we've had any game where we've gone into the half 0-0, right?
No.
Not that I can recall.
Mm-mm.
Not that I
No.
recall.
Yeah, so and I
It's all
think
been. These guys have been
yeah,
stupid.
but what I'm saying if we're talking about mental things, that's gonna fuck with them, is that would be a small victory for them if we go into the game 0-0. Well, not into the game, into the half 0-0.
Yep.
Mhm.
I agree.
Because we're definitely trading new waters there in scenarios that we have not seen at all. That's
Yeah.
my
Yeah, man. All right, boys. Let's go to prediction. It's gonna be a tough one, but who wants to go first? Who has that? Who has the line?
Listen, since I am the pulpo like from the World Cup and I could predict the playoffs, I'm 1-0. I'm nice as fuck. The Galaxy win 3-2 in this game. Goals coming from Antuna, Pavon, and Zlatan.
Zlatan, obviously. I think so. I'm gonna go 5-4.
Oh fuck! God damn.
Damn.
It's gonna
I
be
can't really
5-4.
see that as an. It's not. Really, that's not far fetched at all.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Okay, never mind.
I think it's gonna be 5-4. I think it's gonna be a shootout. And I think it's a hat trick for Zlatan. Go for Pavon and go for Drini. That's what I'm calling. That's what I'm calling.
I got French tips up there too, like the nails. Dog, I
Ah,
have to mention that shit.
hey, French tip though, that's where it's at. French tip is where it's at. Mhm.
All right, who wants to go with the next prediction? Who has it? Angel, Massa.
I'll go because
Go.
Angel likes to go last always. I'm gonna go 3-1 Galaxy.
I fuck with
Damn.
I got Zlatan scoring too, and I got Drini scoring
that.
again.
Oh
at
yes,
the Stanc.
please.
I got Drini scoring.
This
late.
is our house.
I say Ola Kamara comes in as a sub. And, you know what? To me, it's fuck. This is all right. We win 3-2, but we go to overtime.
Oh,
2-2.
so 2-2.
2-2.
Oh,
Overtime doesn't
shit.
favor us.
Oh, shit.
2-2, and then
damn.
overtime, and we score one. Their goals, Vela 1 and on goal David Bigham. Trying to think about that. I say all 3 goals go to Zlatan.
Slidey
He has a hat trick in this game. All 3 goals, yeah.
I'm cool with that.
With I'm gonna say 1 assist from Jonah, 1 assist from Pavon, and 1 assist from Drini.
Man, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. We'll figure it out. All right, boys. We got questions, so I want to get into that so we can wrap it up.
Lots of questions.
Yeah, let's just get straight into it.
For sure.
You know what I mean? We're still fucking up big, bro. I think the score's gonna be 2-0 Galaxy.
I mean, we did better than I expected.
Fuck, sounds it.
Fuck Levels FC. Fucking G's are gonna be coming on top, right?
Man, right before we get into these questions, I just want to say there's a lot of 3-1, 3-2 predictions in the chat. Jose and Manny, the 3-1, 3-2. I don't think anybody I think everybody's having like the over. If it's a four goals line, everybody's on the over.
I'm
for that.
interested to see the over in Vegas. I might see a 4.5 over in this shit.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
This is gonna be stupid. Let's get any questions.
All right, questions. We had a massive amount of questions come in, and we have 2 people from the ACB leadership. So the biggest question that we got was as far as tickets. Do you guys have any idea about the allocation of tickets? Where can people get tickets? Is there any information coming on tickets? So I'm not going to specify who asked that question, but we had a lot of questions. So just know this is me asking it.
All right. We've been at it all day today, trying to get information. They as in the front office, relayed some information. Nothing's confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking as the away end. It's gonna be just like earlier this year. The entire away end, it's all we're getting, which is the 300 tickets. And even then, those 300 tickets are gonna be distributed between amongst the supporter groups. I think I honestly don't know how Lars is doing their thing. I don't know how Galaxians are doing anything. We're getting a small amount of those tickets. I think we're in the realms of like 120 or so for ACB. So, and even then, the way how we're gonna handle that is still up in the air.
Yep.
Because again, Rudy's because we don't know, and this is something we gotta figure out in 2 days. People are gonna be pissed, and I don't give a fuck. I'm sure we're gonna come up with some criteria that's fair. That's how we've always done it. And if it's something that someone's pissed off about it, more than happy to reach out to me, talk to me, and I'll probably tell you why. You know, and I've always been direct and transparent with people about why they don't get a ticket to LAFC.
Yep.
So,
sorry,
go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, because Angel's saying, some of you are going to be upset, and there's nothing we could do about it because we get an allocated amount, and we have to set some criteria for these tickets. So, if you don't get a ticket, sorry, but not sorry. It is what it is. It's not like we get an unlimited amount. So we got to figure this shit out.
Yeah, and you know, it's not like other away games where it's I'm saying tickets up the ass, but it's very easy to get because we're not traveling these type of numbers, right? Obviously, it's up the street, so it's different. So again, if people want to look into buying their own tickets, it's going to be section 217, with same section it was last year. So if you can find whatever you can find around there and whatever cheapest possible. I know some people reached out already to ask about buses. Potentially, I know the FO mentioned that they might be looking into doing that again. However, again, it's short turnaround. I'm talking about 2-3 days at this point. By the time this is out tomorrow, it's 2 days.
2 days, yep.
Right? Yep. And even then, we still don't have confirmation on our tickets. So, look, I can tell you guys when it comes to the our FO, we talked about this briefly on Sunday night after the game. And they said, look, they've been trying to get shit sorted out already with LAFC, but it's no secret that it's been on their end for quite some time. So that's where we're at.
With that being said, there's a lot of viewing parties that are going to happen. If you don't get a ticket, doesn't mean you should be sour and be mad. Listen, we're all here to support the Galaxy. If you can't do that in the stadium, go out to these viewing parties. I could tell you firsthand, the viewing party was fucking lit at the stadium. Just seeing the pictures from downtown LA, from Las Vegas, from all over. That shit was dope. So be with other G's. There's no reason that just because you're not in the stadium, you're not supporting with other G's, because there's going to be a lot of other G's that didn't make it in that are going to be at these viewing parties.
And not only that, like you're probably gonna need some support because everyone's gonna be on edge.
Emotional.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be on edge. So you probably want some support.
Or if you're like me, stay home. Stay home and pace yourself.
Watch in the closet on your phone. Just nobody can bother you.
All right. Galaxy Fanatic, Big Will. Shout out Big Will. Should we start?
Will.
Antuna, I say yes. What do y'all think? I think based off of our lineups, I don't think anyone had Alessandrini starting off. I want him coming off the bench.
Yep, me too.
Yep.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, cool. God damn. How many characters can you get in a fucking name? Matete, corrupted mind. Mate, Yete, corrupted mind. Shout you out, first of all. I don't know you could do all that character. How do you guys feel about Kitchen? Do you think we should play him against Chivas? I think we're all split. To answer your question, we're all split. MOG Cheesy 121 says, when are the ACB jerseys being handed out? I read something about Thursday at a watch party, Thursday before the game, something like that, right?
We're gonna sort something. We're gonna sort it out tomorrow.
We'll put out something. Right. Yep.
So to be fair, I've been dead today, and Rudy knows I've only responded to a couple of things today when it comes to the Chivas tickets. Other than that, But yeah, we'll take care of it tomorrow with Antonio.
Cool.
Mhm.
All right. Chavez J.A. Shout out Chewy said Star Wars. Dog. Rest in peace R2D2. All right.
Oh, he's so stupid. That's what I got.
LA Galaxy Outsider wants to know, y'all get a reason why Minnesota staff tried to quiet down the away section?
Oh, the dumps.
Yeah. So, all right. Apparently we had 2 strikes. The first strike was throwing the confetti. Apparently we weren't allowed to throw confetti, which I didn't know that. It's just confetti. It's just fucking paper. It's not a big fucking deal. So that was, quote unquote on them. That was the first strike. Then the second strike was when apparently after the second goal when we scored from the water was launched. Apparently some people said that there was beer thrown. I can guarantee and this I can 100% confirm that whatever was around me was just water. Now people did throw beer around. I can't speak for that. But yeah, so because of that, supposedly, that was the third warning. Because after the first goal, I guess some people threw stuff around too. That was second warning. Third warning was after the second goal, and then, look, apparently they wanted to take out the entire away section. Like they want to kick us all
I
out.
heard. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is coming directly from the mouth of someone from our front office, and shout out for his response. Apparently, somebody from the Minnesota front office came up to him and said, we have to kick everyone out. Like we're gonna kick everyone out. And this person's like, ha, good luck, and just walked away. Like, how are you gonna? You think you could kick?
It's gonna be a riot. It's gonna be a riot. It's gonna be a riot.
That many LA Galaxy fans, when we're winning, it's matter. So I guess how they came to their agreement or the decision that our front office people and their front office people to just keep some type of balance was we'll just take all the exemptions away. So they took away our flags and our drums.
We
All for
all that
confetti
back, right?
and stuff being thrown around.
We got
But
all
from my
back.
understanding, nothing was thrown to the sections below. It's like just between ourselves. People were,
celebration,
like,
yeah.
throwing yeah, exactly. And it's like it wasn't like anyone's like launching fucking this and that's the old me. I'm not like that no more. But yeah.
Alright.
And that's there you go. That's what happened.
All right. D Marino wants to know, should we be worried about Levas or RSL's Seattle away? So basically, should we worried about this game or RSL Seattle away?
This game, baby.
I'll answer first.
No,
I think personally, you have to look at what's in front of you. Don't think about what's ahead. I think the players have a good head on their shoulder when it comes to that. When we asked them about Minnesota at the practice or Levas away, they were like, we're not even focused on that. We're focused on what's in front of us. So I think that's the same concept we should have.
I agree.
And that's what should be for playoffs, man. Playoffs, you
One game at a time.
Yep.
All right. Big Ocho Bernie. Shout out Bernie.
Big
Hey, if
Bernie,
Bernie was
what's
in
up?
Minnesota, he'd be kicked out too because he threw that fucking beer all over the place. All right. This question goes for all straight from the stands. In one word, can y'all describe Jonah's goal?
Oh, it's so sexy.
Passion.
No palote. Hell yeah.
Masa?
I don't know.
Speechless, dog.
Hey, y'all seen his pops there?
His what?
Zizinho was there. His pops was there.
Oh, yeah.
His brother was there.
That show was
They
dope.
went crazy for the goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's sick.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
Eric Bermudez wants to know, if a person like me who hasn't picked up the ACB kit, where can I go pick mine up? We already mentioned that. Insta Carlos wants to know, up to this point, has this season been a success, a failure, or will it suffice?
It's already a success.
It's a success.
I think it's a success.
No matter what, at this point, it's a success. Underwhelming at times, but a success nonetheless. And if we keep advancing this playoffs, well, that underwhelming is going to go out the door too.
Yeah.
All right. Sir G.O. wants to know, if Galaxy wins MLS Cup, are we rioting? Fans do it for other sports. Why not soccer? Listen, my man, I'm not rioting.
Yeah, neither. I got shit to do, though.
I-
I got shit to do next day.
Yeah, I might not have shit to do the next day, but that don't mean I'm gonna be rioting.
But at me if you do, though. At me in stories if you right.
World star.
Tony B. Real wants to know, have you heard the rumor about left back Calvin Verdonk to Galaxy, and is there any truth to it?
No, I haven't heard about it.
I hadn't heard about that one
I
either.
haven't heard about that one.
Last time, man, with the facts.
And
All right.
with a name like that, he sounds like he has
For a dunk?
Like I mean, he's swanging something,
It's like a mixture of verga and dunk.
Exactly. It's a
Donkey
dunk.
dick?
Alex,
It's a
Alex
dunk.
Carrillo Jr. wants to know, does GBS start the same back four?
We talked about
We
that.
talked about this. We all have a mixture. It's tactical. The same thing with DJ Aya Dog wants to know, would you start people with Rolf? We're mixed.
Yeah.
Our back line, our everything happens. We don't know. Toots Love, Bernie's girlfriend, wants to know, hey Jorge, can we be friends again?
Wait, how come you're not friend no more? It seems like a
All
story
right,
behind
long
this.
story short, for my birthday when we all went to Treehouse, we were at the tailgate, and Bernie and I invited them to Treehouse, and I was like, "Yo, y'all should go there like 100%. We're there, 100%. Say no more. We're there. We'll do whatever we can." Long story short, they didn't show up, so now I don't talk to them.
Okay.
Well, I don't talk to her anymore. I'll talk to Bernie. All right, now moving on to Twitter transition. Someone give me some transitional music, please. Cool, dog. You're the one. You're the artist. Be an artist.
Dog, that's the old me, though. You hear about my story yet from the In and Out?
Oh yeah, for real. Chanks. I
That's
forgot about
Jamaican
Chanks. Yeah.
All right. Christian Sandoval wants to know: did we play well enough, or did Minnesota leave all their key players out for some reason that could have cost them the game? Also, shout out to everyone from Minnesota. Another trip, another naked angel running around Minnesota. Hashtag Minnesota nice. So,
Oh man.
so the whole players, I personally don't know what Darwin Quintero was out. People were saying it was an injury. People saying it was tactical. I think they shot themselves in the foot by doing that. But I honestly don't know. I don't follow the team enough.
But on last week's episode, Angel kind of looked it up real quick on who they had been playing, and we noticed that some of these players had not been consistently on the lineup. Remember, you saw a lot of different times where
There was quite a bit, rotation. Yeah.
So I don't know. Yes, I get the bigger name players than some of the other ones, but I don't necessarily know if that was in the thing that had been happening prior to this game. So either way, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take
Should have
it.
played in our favor.
Yeah.
All right. Motor John 121 wants to know, does Drini start? I think all of us consistently said no, right?
No,
We want him off the bench.
Yeah.
Off the bench.
All right. Glenn wants to know our four.
I'll say hypothetical. Would any of you guys be opposed to him starting though?
I would.
No, not necessarily though. Not
Well,
necessarily.
and reason being, and look, I'm not. Obviously, you guys know. I hope it doesn't happen. But if for any reason he does have to come out, let's say he gives us a good solid 50 minutes, 60 minutes. We have players that can come in.
Can you imagine Antuna? Antuna fresh
Antuna
legs
coming in
at
at that,
seventh?
exactly. Either Antuna or Fabio, they're both speedy players. So coming in at that stage in the game, especially when obviously I don't know if my scenario is correct. I'm talking about 2-2 and then still going overtime and still having legs for overtime. That's key to me.
Yep, I agree.
I'm opposed just because I'd much rather see. Let's say we go to penalties or extra time. I'd much rather see Alessandrini close out the game because I don't know if I feel confident in Antuna or Fabio taking a penalty over Drini. So yes, I am opposed to Drini starting. I would much rather him close it out, just to be on the safe side.
Fair.
That's the only reason though.
That's fair.
That's fair, though.
Yeah, that's
All
fair.
right. Glenn 2 NZ 121 wants to know, are four versatile CBs the key to the G's defense for now? We kind of answered that. How solid was Kitchen, man? Any midfielder thrown in with the boy and Jonah are going to be all right. I wouldn't say any midfielder because I don't think Carrasco would have done what Kitchen produced. But for the most part, anybody other than Carrasco have been solid with
Carrasco
that
and Junior,
matchup.
dog.
Dog, Junior's not even on this team anymore. He's on Galaxy 4.
Rest in peace, Juni.
Listen,
Dog, we all went to the airport for nothing. Fucking piece of shit.
Nah, fuck that. I'm still okay with that. Gotta
I
give
still
him
love him.
love.
I still love
Yeah, I
him.
still love him all day, every day.
Just on Kitchen, I think we saw the best of him because he played the position he wants to play the whole time, right? Where he's a fucking destroyer, defensive mid. So I think that's why he looked good.
UTSF Fred says, didn't he play 20 minutes? If cleared by Doc and he feels ready to go, I'd start him, have him go 60 and bring Antuna Tots. We just talked about this.
Just said that, yeah.
Yeah, we listen. Angel agrees. We're opposed to it. Masa's opposed to it because of shooting PKs.
I mean, I'm not saying I
split.
agree. I'm just saying that I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. I guess that's probably a better way of putting it.
All right, Alex the Great wants to know, do we play Joe Corona if he's healthy, and how do we feel about benching Fabio Alvarez? I think we talked about if some of us talked about if Joe Corona is ready to go, let's play him.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
What about
All right.
Fabio though? Sorry, just
Well,
a second.
I brought it up. If Corona's not ready, then I want Fabio starting with Legit and Jonah. If
Yeah.
That's right.
Corona's not, if Corona is ready, then Fabio hits the bench again.
Cool.
Yep. All right, Jeff _ 109. Hey, I'm getting kind of better at these names, dog. I'm sad that the season's coming to an end. Hey, let's start this shit over again because I'm kind of nice, man. I'm doing the underscores and everything. All right, back to last week's debate on midfielders. What do you guys think of this variation, Giovanni? Jonathan, damn,
Hyping yourself up, dog. Hyping yourself up.
Jonathan Dos Santos, Kitchen, Corona if healthy, Fabio Pavon Leggett. If you need to change things up, you now have two very different options with Drini and Antuna coming off the bench. Should we roll out the?
I
don't think
didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just wouldn't move. I wouldn't move Antuna. And if I move Antuna, it would be for Drini, right? Like I wouldn't have both of them coming off the bench.
I think the consistency in the attacking is going to be huge.
Yep.
And other question, should we roll out the same back four as last night? We answered that already. We're mixed in the air, tactical changes. Listen to what we said. LA Galactico wants to know, do we stick with Polenta Stairs as CBs? Is this game in which Araujo gets minutes, seeing how well he did against Levas and Dora? Listen, I talked about it. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I think we do have other things in our arsenal to where we could stop this team.
Yeah, I'm kind of cool with not seeing Araujo play this game.
All right, Playboy Bartende wants to know, can you get me a bag of what Angelo Rodriguez was bumping at the game? Dog, you guys didn't see the meme? You guys didn't see the?
I didn't see the meme.
So you guys know the shit that Landon Donovan used to sniff before the game?
Yeah.
So my man sniffed it, and he turned into like the little kid that just ate the cotton candy. Just dog. I don't know what the fuck they be giving in Minnesota. I don't know what they be sniffing. I don't know what's on that shit. But my man was hype.
Yeah.
So,
I did see that.
I don't think I saw that.
Listen, whoever that connect is,
Yeah.
the
The plug.
need you. Yeah, we need that. All right. Fight everyone. God damn.
Damn. All right.
Angel, that's you?
David.
Yeah, might be. Shit. I don't know.
David O wants to know. Yo, David O, reach out to me if you need someone. I got you, dog. We looked like we were playing slow in the first half.
Accurate.
Attacking cautiously with 2 to 3, not sending defenders, etc. Is this the result of GBS saving our best 45 minutes for the second half, or just how you have to play when you field 4 CBs?
Remember when I said, I don't care how we play ugly, get the result?
Yeah.
Bro, I play like this, give me a championship. I could care less.
I actually think it was game script. You know what I mean? He knew what that game was going to look like, and he set players out for that, and it worked.
Looks like a genius.
Yep.
Matt, at October.
What's talking about? He's getting good at this, dog. He was hyping himself up, saying he was getting good at this.
All right, watch. Next time I want you to do this shit, you'll see what I go through, dog. I stay up at night stressed, thinking about the names. Like, what the fuck was it? What the fuck was it? All right, he wants to know, is the supporter section going to be in 217 again? We did answer. Yep, we are. Aries _ the third wants to know, after seeing how Romain performed after coming in against Minnesota, it really got my hopes even higher than they already were. I feel very confident playing LAFC. What are your guys' thoughts before the game on Thursday? We just spent 25 minutes all on that.
We're hyped pretty much though. That's it?
Nothing. That's it. Good to go.
Dope. Again, thank you very much for sending out questions. If you're still with us after an hour and 45 minutes at this point.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. But since you're already here, just fucking go ahead and give us that 5-star review on iTunes and on Spotify or podcast catcher that you choose. Just hit us with that. Hit us with the 5 stars. You know what?
Or if
And
you give us a 1 star, give us a reason as to why. Like, which one do you hate? Who fucks it up for you?
yeah, we'll get rid of
that-
them. We'll get rid
Can't
of
be
them.
me, dog. I don't say anything. So fuck
I'm
off.
pretty sure it's me, but you know.
That might be the reason, though.
Let me try. Oh, they want to hear you more, Masa. There you go.
Oh, damn.
Um,
Hey, Rudy, let me
What's
get
up,
some of what you were smoking.
smoking.
So you can
You
talk
gotta-
that
hey,
stuff.
no,
So I
no,
can
no,
talk.
no. Hey, we're gonna get you whatever
Yeah.
the Rodriguez guy had.
Oh,
yeah.
man. With that being said, this is another episode of Straight from the Stands. I'm boy Rudy, and I'm Smarts on Twitter. I'm Smarts on Twitch. I am Smarts on the gram.
Fuck, I forgot a couple questions. My bad.
Want to go with him? We could throw him. Just do him real quick.
At JNDefeated7. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Send me your hate mail. I'm sorry, y'all.
Wait, any good questions there?
If I started
They're
you a
all
Pornhub.
good. They're all good. They're all good questions. That's why we-
There's no bad question. We love all of our listeners, all of our.
Some of your questions suck ass.
All right, there it is. Fuck. Oh, they ask how you like Prince's house.
Oh, that's a good question.
Can we save this story?
Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's save it. Let's save it.
We'll save the story.
we
time
need
because
dedicated time for that.
Off-season.
Yeah, and I also asked Evelyn to join if she can
It just-
join.
Oh, for that.
She has to talk about.
This just
About
gave
Prince
me
House. If Chris could join too, that'd probably be cool.
Yeah. Listen, we should do a
Do
we
have
should do a
ATP
wait.
plugs?
Fucking
This-
trash.
This gave me a good idea for off-season episode. We'll do away day
Oh,
recap
yes,
of
yes.
2019.
Yeah.
So we'll do that.
I like that idea. We'll just do that. Hey, one more thing. Like I know, I already said my whole plug and I'm signing off. But do me a favor. When you send us in questions and you got a fucked up username, send us pronunciation of your username so George can
I
have
appreciate that.
so George can have
Yeah.
a smoother ride with this. So just send us your some kind of
No, hold on.
pronunciation
I want
of
you
this
to
shit.
try this shit out one time. One time, I want you to try it.
I got this. Dog. I'm not
there's-
dyslexic like you.
Y'all wild.
All right, boys,
Hey,
let's go.
shout out
Let's
to
go.
Lakers tomorrow.
Shout out to
Lakers.
Lakers. Let's go.
Nah, baby.
My
What
God.
it do, baby?
All right, let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go. I'm trying to go to sleep now. Trying to go sleep.
Wait, quick question.
Oh,
What do
God.
you guys? What ticket do you think is gonna be more expensive? Lakers, Clippers.
It's already out. That was just more expensive than
Yeah?
Lakers, Clippers. Yeah,
Damn.
Damn.
by $100. By $100
No
bucks.
shit.
Damn, that's nuts.
That's wild.
Yeah.
All right.
You can find Laker Clipper tickets for 105 and Levas for like 211, some shit like that.
Interesting. All right, let's sign up. Let's go. Let's go home. Come on. Let's go. Time to go.
Follow me at LibertyF96 on Twitter, 88391 on Instagram. There you go. That was fast.
Peace, love, and G's up.
Okay, bye,
Peace.
bye.
Buenas noches.
Oh, ACB plugs.
What it do,
Uh,
baby?